Good evening, Warriors fans, and welcome back after a long hiatus to White County Warrior and Warriorette basketball. We're about to get set right here with the national anthem as they're about to do the presentation of colors. So we'll take the headsets off and join you after this. Don't go anywhere. Well, a beautiful rendition there, and after that, we're just about ready to get back underway here, Sam. Lots happened since last time we got to do a game together.
A lot, Dykus. I mean, we haven't got to do much. Oh, getting a little quiet.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, there we go.
The girls won third place in Sandestin, won championship here at Franks, but here tonight they've got Warren County in a rematch, number 11 and number 13 starting here tonight for Warren County. Joining them at number 14, then number 20, looking like pretty much the same starting lineup. There goes Sam Roberts off the side of this, and then number 23, new face here in the Warriorette starting lineup, but we'll get to that here in a second as the lights are going to go off. We got some intro videos in here tonight. It's glad to be back home. Starting at center, number 3, Ava Jones. Then we have number 5, Bella Winningham. Then, of course, the newcomer into the starting lineup, number 12, Kyra Fox, filling in for Ashlyn Selby, who is out for the year. Number 13, we have Gracie Clark. And, of course, number 14, Lakeland Grasty. So a small tweak to the starting lineup here tonight, Sam. Just accounting for that devastating Selby injury. We'll have her on at the girls' halftime to shed a little more light on that. But this team came in third place in Sandestin. I know that it wasn't the finish they were looking for. How can they take what was largely a productive 2024 and turn it into a productive 2025?
Well, you got to take what you got and then lose what was bad, you know. And you also got to learn to play without Ashlyn's hustle. I mean, they've already had a little bit of experience with it, but I mean, that's such a big key for them and such a huge rebounding factor.
As that was a pretty unorthodox toss-up, going the Warriorette's way as it usually does. Grasty gets it over to Winningham. Winningham Going to drive, gets it to Fox, setting it up at the top of the key, rolling around the Winningham screen, gets it to Grassley, into Jones, going up and in, and one opportunity just like that.
Right off the rip, way to open up 2025 here at home.
Absolutely. Ava Jones took home all tournament team down in Florida, showing you why right here with the chance to make it 3-0 early. Free throws up and bricked out. Can't get the rebound. Warren County with the ball. Going to drive. Gets past Winningham. Driving into the lane. Out to the corner for three. Lipped out. Rebounded by Clark. Pushing ahead with pace. Going to take it herself into the lane to Jones for three. No, just missed. Rebounded again by Clark. Gets it into Winningham. Pump fakes. Gets it to Grassley. Tough spin around. Can't get it to go. Winningham's going to have to be careful there. A big part of what fueled that Warriorettes win last time they played the Lady Pioneers was some sloppiness, and there it is. They're really going to attack those Warren County ball handlers, don't you think, Sam?
Yeah, they don't have really a ball-dominant guard. You know, they're a very pass kind of first team, and if they can kind of block off those lanes and really force Warren County to dribble, it's going to be a long night for the Pioneers.
As they do force a turnover right there, and something that's been made about is the added focus on Jones. What does the loss of Selby really mean when it comes to more attention on her?
She's really going to have to use her size. You know, she already does a great job at it, but now she's going to have to use it to the full ability. You know, losing a great rebounder like Ashlyn for all those secondhand shot choices, you know.
Snatched by Jones, something that hasn't changed her ability to block. Gets it into Grassley, over to Fox, right to Clark, going to drive. Tough two, can't get it. And that's going to go to Warren County. Warriorettes scored quickly, but in a little bit of a drought here. 6:25 to go, up 2-0. What do you see from the offense early? It looks to me like they're rushing it.
Yeah, they're getting shots, but they just can't get them to fall. You know, they're not their favorite shots. You know, they're kind of just getting what's there. I feel like if they could swing the ball a little bit more, take a little less dribbling, they can find an open shot quick.
Meanwhile, the defense has been smothering. Here comes Jones, careful not to foul. Stolen away by Grassley. Great instincts there. This Warriorettes team sees it before most. Winningham going to drive, gets it to Jones, and another turnover. Looking like the start they had in McMinnville. Going into the lane with the left hand. Pretty roll there. All tied up at 2.
You know, they're getting great plays. They just can't execute them to the force of their abilities, Dykes.
Gets it to Clark, and it just looks like there's a cog, just something not going quite right.
But that was
as
perfect.
Clark goes right and gets it right for 2. I feel like she's somebody that you can always lean on for a bucket.
You know, she's a real fire starter. You know, she's that flint and steel, really gets that spark, gets everybody going.
Driving into the lane, Jones careful not to foul. Great contest. Something she's going to have to really learn to do, especially with no Ashlyn, is go up with her hands straight up. Banked in from Grassley. Pretty play down the lane. Man, that floater of hers is deadly.
Very hard
Stolen by Winningham. Gets it to Clark. Back to Winningham. Some sloppy passes. Somehow the Lady Pioneers aren't going to make them pay. Jones can't hit. Rebounded by Clark. Here comes Jones going up through contact and finishing. These Warriorettes can lay it on in a hurry. It's 8-2, and we have an injured player. Yeah, I hate to see that. Going to limp off. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Probably just a rolled ankle there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
She's just going to get some water in her system right now. Might see some ice on her leg later. I hope to be able to see her later.
Well, she was able to kind of jog off.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's
nothing too serious. Going to drive on Jones. Really letting him play. Not calling a lot of these little hand checks. Going up. Blocked by Jones. Rebounded by Grassley. Poked away. Good defense there to just slow her down. Clark going up with her and foul. 4:20 left to play. 8-2 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report for the Warriorettes as Lady Pioneers at the line shooting 2. And what have you seen from this Warriorettes start right here, Roberts? It's been a little sloppy. It's not, and then sometimes they look dominant, and that's just kind of a good sum up of them. They can't really keep it going the whole quarter, the whole game.
Yeah, it's really their passing on, like, the cuts. You know, they get a steal, and they're expecting the other player to kind of sprint, so they lead it off, and then the player doesn't go where they're expecting them to. You know, they kind of just have to have a little bit more patience on these passes, Dicus.
They got to understand there's no shot clock. You got all the time in the world to shoot. Grasty in the corner gets it into Winningham. A beautiful find there. Another one to Clark. Rebounded by Jones. No call there. A good one, I think. Good trap there from Winningham. Easy. Don't want to. Okay, Warren County got the timeout in. Looked like Winningham was about to smother her. Looked like a for sure foul to me. But if you're looking for a sure thing in the real estate and properties business, I would call Matt Elrod of Whitetail Properties Real Estate. If you're looking to sell your land but you have no idea how to get more money for your property, call Matt Elrod of Whitetail Properties Real Estate, 931-808-6422 today. That is 931-808-6422 today. 3:51 left here in the first quarter, and it's good to see Coach Wallace back in the building. She's been a mainstay on Dodgen's bench for a while now. Weird to see her coaching a different WCHS, but
yeah.
What does she bring to the table? I know that she's been players' favorite for a long time around here.
Well, she's just always had a great attitude. You know, I've always enjoyed talking to her. You know, she's really out in the community, knows a lot of people, and she's just a great person to be around.
Absolutely. The kind of person you definitely want to have on your staff. I was so sad that she took that job in Warren County, but only the best to her as they get it in here, guarded closely by Clark, as she's really taken some defensive leaps in her game this year. Guarded at the top of the key by Jones. 42 just does not want the ball in their hands. You can tell that far away from the basket. Fox sizing up her man here. Forces out a pass. Clark defending. Going to about 3 minutes left, and they're not getting any kind of look on this Warriorettes defense right now.
Wow.
A pump fake. I don't know why you didn't take that one. It looked a little bit open, and 5-second call.
People don't understand how beautiful of a defensive possession that is. I mean,
they cut off the driving lanes, passing lanes. They didn't let them get a shot up.
And never tipped the ball once.
That is just beautiful on-ball and off-ball defense. I mean, that's the tutorial.
That's what you want.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you're looking for every time. 3
from Grasty. It's good. True North three-pointer from 1-4 there. Grasty, it was pure. Her shot's looking better and better the more that she's gotten used to it. I know she's had some tweaks. What are you seeing now from it?
She repeats it every time. You know, even if you got a broken shot, it doesn't matter, which I'm not saying hers is broken, obviously, or it wouldn't have gone in. But it's more about how consistent you can keep the shot. You know, you don't want any variation in it, and she's done that great.
They say in baseball you'd rather have a swing on time than a pretty swing. Ugly swings that are timed right go for hits more often than not. Winningham smothering defense there. Warriorettes really taken to the challenge of trying to hold this team to not much. Going to drive, poked away by Fox. And with no Ashlyn Selby on the offensive end, the production on that side of the ball is really taking a hit. They're not scoring as much as they are, but their defense looks just as good, if not better, than it has been. How important is it going to be to lean on the defense while they're still figuring it out?
It's everything. You know, defense is most of it, even whenever you're fully healthy, you know, Dicus. And, you know, it comes down to that, and it comes down to rebounding. You know, you don't want to give up second, third, or even fourth chance shots here.
Well, the Warriorettes aren't letting up first chance shots here. Another turnover, and somehow got in the hands of Fox, but couldn't corral it. Gracie Clark's got a lot of confidence in that. I'm just going to pick it up and chuck it, and most of the time it works well. It's one of the hardest passes from beyond half court to execute. All's well that ends well, though. Stays in the hands of the Warriorettes. Here comes Winningham trying to drive. Gets it to Jones. 3 ball. No good. Great job getting that rebound. Going to the line for 2. Somehow, I mean, that's just the drill you work on. perfect job boxing out by her defender, Grassley, just going around, just gnawing and clawing until you get that ball. Excellent job, and now what would have been a trip back down the court on defense turns into at least 1 point.
I love how Ava has no hesitation whenever she's ready to shoot. You know, there's no thought about it. She sees open space, shots going up.
And that's just crazy when you compare it to other centers. Grassley making the most of it there, hits both. Compared to other centers that we play, they get past the free throw line, and they're just there just as a screener or a handoff, not for anything. Like, she's not going to take a single dribble right there.
Right.
Kenny Billings getting some game action, getting a steal almost immediately. Gets it to her. Going to take the three. Bricked out there. A pretty-looking shot. Let's see if she's got more confidence in it, I can tell. Let's see if she can't see it go through. Almost 1 minute left here. Great job there from Grassley going clean up with it. Here comes Clark. Going to take it herself. No-look pass. Oh, no. Winningham couldn't get it. Possession arrow going Warren County's way. Some fancy passes here from Gracie Clark, just not finding anybody.
Yeah, I'd like to see her dump that down a little bit earlier so Bella can kind of get a hold of the ball.
She's too close under the basket. Yeah. Maybe just a bounce pass. Right. No reason to get too fancy with it. Driving, blocked by Jones. My goodness.
Wow.
I could not imagine. She's the equivalent of somebody 6'8" on the men's side, I feel like.
Yeah.
Here comes Clark. Beauty of a take. Just can't get it to fall. 30 seconds left, bringing the ball up. 13-4 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau scoreboard report. Jones, they're driving on her. Swatted away. 4 blocks in the first quarter for Jones. My goodness, they're going to have to get the ball away from her. Gets it to her for 3. It's good. You get a block on one end, you hit a true north three-pointer on the other end. That's how it works, folks. 2-1. Off the side. At the end of 1, it is 16-4 Warriorettes on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. And mentioning Farm Bureau, White County Farm Bureau has recently voted Best of the Best for both Best Insurance Company and Best Customer Service Representative. They're there when you need them the most. Stop by and get a quote today at 141 Churchill Drive. You can give them a call at 931-836-3171. They want to say, go Warriors. Roberts, these Warriorettes overcame a pretty slow, sloppy start to take a 12-point lead at the end of the quarter. How'd they do it? How'd they right the ship without even having to call a timeout?
It's like they just self-adjust. You know, it's like they're a robot. You know, it's like just we talked about it, the sloppy passes. They just kind of just disappeared after a little bit. You know, they kind of got straight to the point, right where they wanted it. That all went away, and then shots started falling. You know, Ava, she's 1 for 4 right now. She finally got that last one to go in. You know, you can expect plenty more from her this game if they keep leaving her open. You know,
25% from 3 in the NBA, they're considered to stop shooting. In high school, I mean, that's not bad, especially with how competitive these misses have been. That's nothing to sneeze at. No, not at all. They're productive misses. They're proving that they can get her open. Speaking of open, Winningham just couldn't get it there. Gonna have to get back on defense here. Pushing ahead. 3-ball up and good. Her footwork on that shot was something. I'll say it that nicely. Grassley for 2, can't get it.
But if McMinnville's going to have a chance to win this game, that's what they're going to have to
look for. Come behind the arc. They're going to have to take jumpers. They've proven they can't, A, get in the lane, and B, when they do, Jones is going to send it right back down their throats. Picking up their dribble there, going to drive on Ava. Wisely picking up her dribble for 3. No good. Going to stay McMinnville ball there. In comes Fox for Clark. As that's an area right there where you miss Selby getting that rebound, because there's only so many times you can force a team to take a bad shot.
Right.
Whereas if she hits that one right there, it's a 3-point rebound. But here comes Grassley to Winningham for 3. Oh, wow. Just out. Great fight there from Billings to keep the possession alive. Down to Winningham, blocked from behind. I don't think she ever saw her.
ball. She thought she had that lane
wide open.
Great play.
Because usually you'll see her do a reverse when
Yeah.
she sees somebody coming from behind. Gets it out, nearly stolen away. Winningham over, just barely into the fingertips of Billings. Down low, mossed by Jones and thrown away back into the hands of Billings somehow. And there's the sloppy passes we were talking about earlier, just losing that intentionality they have behind it.
There's a little bit of hesitation there, too.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of creating them to kind of throw it off. You know, it's like, do I want to pass that? Do I not? You know,
at some point, it's not a thought. It's just a reaction.
Right. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
You know, you should. Steph Curry said one time, you know, if you don't know what you're going to do with the ball before it even gets in your hands,
you shouldn't have the ball.
You don't need to get the ball
yeah.
right then. You know, you got to have your mind made up as soon as you get it.
Going to be McMinnville ball here. Set to check back in as Clark, as they're going to ride these starters pretty hard. Down on the floor, a scrum for it. Winningham gets the ball at the end of it. Bringing the ball up the court, going to drive around a screen, off the side there. It was tipped a little bit.
That's what I thought.
Still almost went in. You think without the tip it would have been good. Gets it out to the corner, driving, spin move, getting into the lane. They're going to get Fox on that one. Interesting to see here. Sarah Kate Winfrey set to check in. She had a great third-place game. She had an Ashlyn Selby-esque third-place game where Selby as a freshman came in that sub-state game and just never was going to wow you with her offensive production, but just doing the little things, getting stops defensively. She's somebody that I'm really excited about. I know that we go on and on about her when she gets the time to play, but what do you think she really brings to the table for the Warriorettes?
The same thing that they're missing from Ashlyn being out, you know, that kind of hustle, that grit. You know, everywhere she's going, full sprint, you know. And if you can do that on a basketball team, I mean, you're worth more than a diamond.
Yeah, and this isn't a shot at our starting five, but when you play as heavy minutes as they do, it's nothing compared to, hey, I'm going to be in for 15 minutes. It's lightning in a bottle. I'm going for everything. Three from Clark. Good. True North three-pointer down for Gracie Clark. 19-8 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. Getting it down. Winfrey has got great just anticipation there. Just got a little too hands. No, they got Billings on that one. I just saw the 5. But if Kendi had her hand off her, that would have been an easy steal from Sarah Kate on that one. Interesting inbound play. Going up and over Winfrey, out to the corner, going to drive for 3. No good. Rebounded by 3 Warriorettes. That's never what you want to see. Good crossover from Gracie. Ava with the ball. Into the corner to Gracie. Looking to drive. Gets it out to Kyra at the top of the key. Right now, if I'm Kyra, I'm trying to hunt my shot a little bit. I feel like she's playing a little bit passive now that she's gotten in the starting lineup. Dumped down to Jones. A triple team. Still almost went in. And right there, I'm thinking, hey, she does not handle the ball well. I'm sending somebody at her, especially with how quickly that they get on that press. 3 ball. No good. Jump ball. Jump ball.
Great play.
Good job there from Gracie. Just get her hands down there. It looked like it was going to be a guaranteed 2. Out comes Fox and Billings. And we've got the starting 5 minus Fox and added in Winfrey here. Looking for something. Shooting over Jones and late contest. An easy call there. Her first foul. And for somebody that gets so many under the basket, just let her live with that shot. You know, you're that tall. It's that tough a shot. It was already out of her hand. I mean, these are 3 free ones right here and a foul on you.
And instead of going out, you know, go more up. You know, try and let the ball come to your hand instead of you go to the ball. You know, it's incredibly hard, and it's also very dangerous for the shooter.
Yeah, I mean, in the air like that, you see, we were talking about number 23 that got hurt. I mean, that's turn ankle city right there. I know I've done it. I know you've done it. You landed on someone's foot. Yeah. And just like that, you're done for the game.
possibly even a few days.
Few days. I mean, they hurt. Stolen away there, getting back into the hands of Grasty. Grasty going to drive out to Winningham, just a hair late on that pass, or she would have had an open shot. Clark for three. Lipped out almost, still getting good looks. Ole defense there by Winningham.
Oh.
I guess that one was tipped. Driving into the lane there, going right at Winfrey. Blocking foul, 2 shots. And credit to these McMinnville fans. I know the roads are a little icy, a little slick. We're out of school again tomorrow, but they made the trip.
Yeah, they did, Dykes. They filled in well here for a snow day.
Well, anytime these two WCHSs go at it, you know it's going to be a good one. Just how close they are to each other and just kind of the overlap. There's a lot of Sparta people that live in McMinnville, a lot of McMinnville people that still do things in Sparta.
Right.
Not quite the Cookville rivalry, but I'd counter that it's up there. Driving out, Winningham for three. Off the back iron, rebounded there into Winningham, going up. And one. Going to get it the hard way. Headed to the line with a chance to grow the lead out past 10 points. It's 21-11 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report with 3:40 to go. Winningham at the line. It's good. 22-11 now.
Beautiful pass from Ava, then an even better finish from Bella.
Yeah. And it seems like this group is starting to gel a little bit more. It doesn't seem as forced.
Right.
If they, I mean, that's just my observation. They seem to just kind of be playing.
Yes.
And that's what it's a game. Have fun and just you know what to do. Blocked.
Oh.
What a job contesting from Winningham. Picking her up is Fox. Gonna drive and lost. Here comes Grasty, full head of steam into the lane, swatted. Ooh, clean block, but a dangerous play.
Yeah, that is those fast breaks can get really rough there, Dykes, but if Lakeland can go up with an underhand right there, it completely eliminates the person on their back. You know, that's such a hard shot to get off with somebody right there.
Pretty spin move in a reverse.
Oh.
My goodness, Gracie Clark.
Wow.
A magnificent move there. She is my favorite style of a basketball player. Just a shooting guard that goes out there and has got the moves. Blocked again by Jones. Doing things that they do so well. Grasty pulling out, going to drive over to Winningham for three. It's good. True North three-pointer. Timeout. Warren County, 27-11 with 2:42 to go in the first half in favor of the Warriorettes on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report, as everybody's shown you what they're great at. And if you call 931-808-6422, Matt Elrod at Whitetail Properties Real Estate, he's going to show you what he is great at. If you've come across any problems trying to sell your property, lucky for you, Matt Elrod at Whitetail Properties Real Estate has your land sale solution. Again, call him today at 931-808-6422 to get that answer today.
Johnny said we are Big John Humphrey, for everybody at home. He said, y'all talking about Gracie's full court pass, but what do you know about the Big John full court pass?
It's, we both played with him. He tries it. He tries it all the time, whether he should or not. I'm convinced that he would throw it even if nobody was down at the other end of the court. Stolen away by Winningham. Gets it to Clark. Taking it somehow. Gets it out to Grasty. Oh, you got to finish the highlight. Or she'll just get an offensive rebound and a putback. My goodness, that Dwayne Wade, that Kobe Bryant, that Michael Jordan style. It doesn't matter where I am at, 3 levels of scoring. It's beauty on a basketball court.
When they're good at everything, you can't really expect something out of them. So it's always just surprising whatever they do.
Clark going to take it again out. That's the hardest pass in basketball. Stolen away by McMinnville here. Going to have to get back on defense here. Going to get it for an open three. No miss. Going to give an easy rebound there to the smallest person on the court. Nearly stolen away, and it is by Winningham. Going up, and for as sloppy as they play right there, at some point talent just overcomes it.
Right.
I mean, at the end of the day, these Warriorettes, they're best 5 against anybody's best 5. I'll take our girls every day of the week and twice on Sunday almost. Getting it over the top of the key, wide open three. Lipped out, rebounded by Jones, bringing it up the court. Grasty, hesitation move to Fox, out to Gracie. No, that would have been a great way to kind of end the half there. 1 minute left, getting into the lane, picking up her pivot foot, excuse me. Three-pointer lipped out. Sub 1 minute here. Fox pushing with pace, out to Grasty for three. Off the front iron. Gonna fight for the rebound, diving on it. Grasty just throws it away. And sometimes you just got to know when the possession arrow is yours.
Right.
Because that would have stayed Warriorettes basketball. Out comes number 12 and number 13, Fox and Clark. In comes Norvell and Reed, respectively. Norvell getting some more chances at it. Seems she's become a little bit more confident in her shot. She's a really good three-point shooter. How can she earn herself more minutes?
By making the shot. You know, I mean, you could be a great three-point shooter and shoot around practices, but, I mean, if you can't hit it whenever the lights are on, you're not going to get playing.
You know, that's like I tell everybody, man, I hit in a baseball cage better than anybody. I'm the number 9 hole hitter for a reason, though. Great take there from Winningham. Being the center of this defense with such poor ball handling from McMimble, she's got a lot of steal opportunities. Here comes another maybe. Oh, my goodness! Sent her packing, Roberts. That is 6 first-half blocks from Ava Jones. My gosh.
We could hear that through the headsets, Dykes.
That was brutal. And just like that, a 33-11 halftime score report read here from Ryan Qualls and Farm Bureau. Here comes Ashlyn Selby on her way up for the halftime interview, brought to you by Morgan Furniture Center in Sparta. Morgan Furniture Center in Sparta is your hometown source for quality, made-in-America furniture and Serta Perfect Sleeper and Beauty Rest mattresses. Morgan Furniture, you always get a Save with Dave discount deal. Plus, at Morgan's, they'll pay your sales tax on every purchase and free delivery. Morgan Furniture at 570 North Spring Street in Sparta, because you deserve the best in furniture and bedding for your home. Save with Dave at Morgan Furniture. Can you make it up here? Okay, good deal. Joined by Ashlyn Selby. Ashlyn, I know you got some terrible news today. I'm so sorry to hear about it, but what did the MRI say officially?
Torn ACL. Is it good?
Yeah, move it down. There you go.
Okay. Torn ACL, torn lateral meniscus, and then deep severe bone bruising. So, not good.
Yeah, I'd say not. So what is your recovery timeline looking like? I know that this year is out of play, but will you be ready to go by the start of next year?
I'll be ready to go next year.
So you said that you're meeting the surgeon when on the 17th to talk about surgery. That's got to be, I mean, bittersweet, but at least you know, I mean, you're confident in these people to take care of you, right?
Yeah. I have physical therapy starting Monday, so we'll get that going and then get ready for surgery, I guess.
What time on Monday? I might see you there. We're both rehabbing torn ACLs at Star Physical Therapy.
I don't know what time.
Well, I know that obviously this isn't what you want or anybody really expected, just a freak injury. I mean, I can attest to that. But how are you finding ways to continue to help this squad reach their goals?
Yeah, Dodge just gave me a clipboard and told me to write stuff down, so I think it's helping a little bit, keeping me engaged, just cheering them on. It's easier to see stuff on the sideline.
Well, I noticed you had something in your hand. I couldn't tell if it's that or an iPad. Me and Sam try and self-diagnose it, but from somebody that knows these girls obviously a little bit better than we do and has been in with practice and know them so well, what have you seen out of this first half? Obviously, it's a 22-point lead, but what's gone right and what's gone wrong? Yeah,
it started off a little slow. I wasn't sure what was going on, but we just needed shots to fall, I think. After it started falling, we all started clicking a little bit. We just got to rebound, and I don't know. I think our press is doing pretty good on them right now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of rebounds, we got the third episode coming out soon. We're going to take a break here in just a minute to show the trailer for the new episode We'll get back to you right after it airs. I've got the reader. Students of Warrior Media, under the direction of Cameron Dronebarger, have worked to produce a docuseries entitled Rebound, follows the Warrior basketball team throughout their season. Team's third episode, the Christmas episode, comes out this Wednesday, January 8th at 6 p.m. They can be viewed on Warrior Media's YouTube channel. For a sneak peek into the new episode, please turn your attention to the video board, where we should be showing it right about now. And I'm not sure if anybody got to see that or not, but looked good to me. You're a part of it. What's it like to kind of have a camera entourage following you guys around? It's got to be a little odd, right?
It's kind of awkward, yeah. It's fun, though. When the mic's on, you get a little quiet, but it's fun.
Well, I know I was in there while you all did your interviews in Florida. You did wonderful, by the way. I don't know if I told you that or not, but it was a great job on your part. Do you know if any of the girls just kind of dread it whenever it's their turn to give answers, especially the freshmen? I'd imagine that's a lot of pressure early on. Obviously, storied history of Warriorettes basketball. Plus, I mean, you're sitting there stuttering on camera and just all that goes along with that. But so obviously, you know, your injury, as terrible as it is, what are the adjustments that you've seen on the court that have really tried to make up for your absence?
Yeah, I think Kyra's doing a great job at that. She does the little things, and I think that's really helping. She's going to be a big asset later on for sure. I think she's going to do great.
I completely agree, and I just want to thank you for the high level of play that they have to live up to at this point. Sam and I talk about it. You're just that glue player. You're the one that does all the dirty work, and I really think that you're one of the toughest types of players to replace on a basketball court. So thanks for making their job tough.
Yeah.
But luckily you got some years ahead of you. What's your mindset been like through this injury? I know that I've had one of my own, and it gets a little depressing at times.
It is depressing. I would definitely say it's depressing. I don't know. It's just kind of in shock, I guess. I didn't really know what was happening until today, so that's been a long time until finally realizing what actually happened, and I'm done for the season, so it's kind of all setting in right now. Yeah,
I again, just so sorry to hear that. Can you talk about the kind of support that your teammates have given you? I mean, it's just you guys are so tight-knit.
Yeah, we are.
That I know you'd hate to have this injury ever, but there's got to be some small positive aspect that you're surrounded by so many of your close friends throughout this.
Yeah, they really help. They always check on me, make sure I got my eyes. I don't know. I know they're there for me and come back stronger next year.
Well, I want to compliment you as somebody that's rehabbing my own torn ACL. You still having one. You're getting around pretty well.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you made it up these stairs. I didn't even think when I asked you about getting up here and getting up on this lift.
Yeah.
But, again, just so sorry to hear about this. But just kind of walk me through the initial. As soon as it happened, could you tell that it was serious?
Yeah, I could definitely tell it was serious. It was a little I couldn't really feel it at first, but it was kind of awkward the way it moved, and then everyone started running over, and it kind of just all set in at the same time. It was crazy. I never thought it would happen to me, especially not at that time.
I mean, that's just what everybody says. Nobody anticipates it. That absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, can you still see that play in your mind's eye? I know when I tore my ACL, I can, step for step, remember everything I did.
Yeah, especially we were watching a game the other day, and a girl went up for a layup, the exact same thing. It kind of made me a little nervous, but
made you hold your breath for a second?
It did. My knee started tingling.
Did you hear the pop?
No, I didn't hear the pop, but I felt it for sure.
That's good. Well, I'm sure that you were very appreciative to have Brent Ryan with you over the trip. Can you just, on a happier note, let's talk about Florida. We were both obviously there.
Yep.
I mean, is that something that's just going to always kind of stick with you? I mean, it obviously looked like a fun trip for you guys.
Yeah, it was so fun. I think everyone just kind of let loose a little bit. We bonded a lot, I'd say. I don't know. We just all doing stuff together really helps us on the court, I think.
Absolutely. And maybe is there just one story that sticks out to you, like this is a story I'll tell my kids or my grandkids, like, hey, back when I was a Warriorette, we went on this beach trip?
I don't really know. I don't know. There's too many to say
Yeah, I
one,
understand
guess.
that. I understand that. You guys were riding around in style, got a charter bus.
We were, yeah.
You guys were lucky. There's a lot of teams there in school buses. I've never gotten to ride in a charter bus. What was that like?
It was really comfortable, actually. The ride, well, I was still in my brace at the time, but the ride down there, it was a little rough. The ride back was a lot better. I could move a little more, but yeah, it was really comfortable. He did a good job driving us down there.
What were those bus rides like? I mean, was there
a lot of sleeping?
Okay, there wasn't like group sing-alongs or anything?
There definitely was.
Oh, there was those.
Yes.
Okay.
Kennedy brought her speaker. She's great at picking music. We just sing along, and then everyone starts joining in. We do our stomps on the bus. I think Dodge gets a little aggravated, but
I noticed you guys had kind of tweaked it, kind of added a new one in Florida, and I was like, that's got to be a bus thing when you're just trapped for 9 hours.
We have like certain people, they love to create them and keep doing it.
Well, that's good. I mean, every team's got to have that. Hey, if I'm going to be on the bench, I'm going to make it
well
enjoyable.
Have fun with it, yeah.
Well, just want to thank you again for agreeing to do this interview.
Yeah.
I know it's a long road to recovery, but just know that all of us out here in Warriorette country cheering for you and hoping for the best possible outcome.
Yes.
Ashlyn Selby, thank you so much for this.
Thank you.
I hope we'll get to talk to you later on this year.
Yes.
Great job. Thank
you.
you. And that halftime interview was brought to you by Morgan Furniture Center in Sparta. Morgan Furniture Center in Sparta is your hometown source for quality made-in-America furniture and Serta Perfect Sleeper and Beauty Rest mattresses. At Morgan Furniture, you always get a Save with Dave discount deal. Plus, at Morgan's, they'll pay your sales tax on every purchase, including free delivery. Morgan Furniture at 570 North Spring Street in Sparta, because you deserve the best in furniture and bedding for your home. Save with Dave at Morgan Furniture. Start of the third quarter, gets it into Grassley, and she's getting double teamed. Gets it into Fox. Got a wide open Clark. A beauty of a pass. How Fox, the shortest person on the court, could see that, I don't know. But I think that's going to make McMinnville think twice about running that press.
I think some people are just born with it, Dicus.
Yeah.
You see some natural passers out there on the basketball court sometimes.
Kyra Fox did not seem to think that foul was on her. She made that face that I think every single basketball player in the history of basketball players has made. Like, you serious, me? Of course, I mean, people do that whenever it's the most obvious foul in the world, too.
It's
just a reaction.
Yeah, you can never know if they really mean it or if they don't. You know, I feel like everybody just does it just to do
I mean, if you ask players, there's not a foul in the single game on them. But every time they shoot, the other team is. Hits them both there. Gets it into Grassley with 7.5 minutes to go. Lakeland bringing the ball down, sizing up her defender. Over to Fox for three. Just off the side. You think for her confidence, you'd love to see that one go down. Speaking of going down, though, Clark letting it go down easy. She is just so smooth, Sam. Off the referee's foot there. Going to stay McMinnville basketball. 37-13. Warriorettes on pace for right around 70 points, which is where you like to see them.
Like
where
normal.
something light, which is just such a crazy thing to think.
Yeah.
Getting out of that press somehow, dump down. Jones, man, I wouldn't shoot on her ever again if I played in Warren County after tonight. She has sent them screaming back at them. Stolen away almost there by Clark, playing great defense. And we were just talking about it, Sam. This is tenacious D.
If they could, if Warren could set up that pick and roll and then have somebody in the corner out there, man, they could find an offense quickly. They can't get the open shot.
Yeah, just passing around the perimeter is not going to get it done against any good defense, especially one that denies the ball like the Warriorettes do. At some point, there's got to be a lot more motion, and like that, there's a beautiful back cut there from Bella. Too strong goes Ava. It's just an embarrassment of riches to have an automatic three-point shooter in the corner or the tallest person in the district going in a triple team and finishing through contact. Three ball up for McMinnville, no good. Rebounded there by the Lady Pioneers, bringing it out for three. It's good.
Well, this Warriorettes defense is so suffocating. It's like the Pioneerettes are just kind of afraid to even try an interior pass. You know, they're really playing passive around the three-point line and will not take any pick and roll to down low passes.
Well, the Warriorettes do such a great job at deflecting passes, getting their hands up, contesting everything. And then even if you get past that initial line of defense, I mean, steel vault down there in number 3, Jones. They're going to drive on her here. There's going to be a lot of dribbles picked up near the paint tonight. Going up for a floater, that's how you take her out. That's how you completely negate her.
Wow.
Great job there. What a pump fake. Going up, getting her own rebound, fighting through contact, going to the line for 2. Jones, so limber for somebody that size with the shooting ability. She's like a girls' high school build-a-player. Like if you had to build somebody that you want on your team, that would be it. Size, speed, agility, and shooting, as that one uncharacteristically spins out. Usually automatic from the charity stripe. With 5:20 to go here, though, let's see if she can't split it. And she does. 40-18 is the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report says. The Warriorettes, I mean, it's a different animal here in the Roy. It always is. They play great on the road, but here at home it just feels like they get such a boost. What's it like to play in front of such, blocked by Jones, if you can believe me, and such devoted fans?
It's everything, Dykes, and especially right now, you know, being all the way down there in Florida, all those games, you know, you just kind of you miss the home crowd. And, you know, I bet they're so excited and so thrilled just to have everybody back here today.
Beautiful left-handed finish there from Winningham. A great job picking up the basketball. Callie Richmond, 2 pom-poms. I'm sure that wasn't easy. Deflected away by Grassley off her foot. I don't know how. Yeah, there we go. It had to have been out of bounds. But you were talking about that Florida trip, Sam. I was down there. Other than Freeport High School, which is who hosted the tournament, we had the largest crowd by far.
Wow.
The Warriorettes fans traveled, and whenever you can bring all 25 girls, foul called there on, I believe, Bella Winningham. Anytime you can travel 24 girls and all the parents sign up to come, it was a really cool atmosphere playing in just such a different place. A place that, you know, I'll never go back to probably, and they more than likely won't either. Foul there on Clark.
And that's such a weird feeling, too. You know, like maybe one day.
No, offensive.
One day in 30 years, Doc, you might drive past that high school and be like, man, I got some memories.
Yeah. I mean, the most controversial call I've seen in my entire life when they lost that semifinal game.
I didn't get to see it.
Go back and watch it on Facebook, Sam. It'll make you mad. 2 there off the side, rebounded by Winningham, going up, throwing up just a crazy shot there. Cross-court pass. Oh, she was just maybe, I don't know, 5'4" that would have went over her. Going to drive on Clark, sealing off the lane. Sealing off the lane there again. They're just not letting them past them.
They're so quick laterally. You know, it's like they slide their feet perfectly, and no one crosses their feet. It's hard. It's just hard to beat that.
Great interior pass and blocked by Bella Winningham. Just can't win for losing, really.
This team is just so tough. It's incredible.
Going up, Ava looked like she's trying to get an and one right there. Just going to settle for the 2. You're saying it tough. There's just, gosh, there's no one way to beat this team because they look so different night in and night out. It can be anybody's night, and it just makes it so hard to prepare for. Dribbling here, Fox over to Clark, taking it in the lane herself. Tough.
Oh.
Just missed. Going up, getting getting a chance at 2 from the charity stripe. And these girls, they'll put their heads down and take tough layups and miss an open pass. But really, when are they ever not open? I mean, like Gracie should have hit that by her own standards.
Yeah, there's never not a shot on the floor for the Warriorettes, Dykes. I mean, and if there's not, we have such incredible and talented and high IQ basketball players out there. We can just get to the line when we need to.
You talk about how much of sports is in the mental aspect, and I believe like it's about an 80-20 split. I mean, if you've got the mental aspect to it, it'll take you far no matter what your physical limitations. 3-ball up and good. Timeout, Coach Dodgen.
I would take somebody that hustles and goes for every rebound over somebody that is 6 inches taller than them.
Yeah,
absolutely. 10-inch higher vertical.
I mean,
you got to have the hustle.
And one of my favorite quotes is, hard work beats talent when talent refuses to work hard. My goodness, these Warriorettes have the talent, and they've got that drive. They work hard. Speaking of working hard, Farm Bureau works hard for you. They've been building a reputation of trust for over 80 years. They're ready to help you protect the things that are most important to you. See Ryan Qualls, Daniel Bray, Justin Coe, Cade Crossan at Farm Bureau, located at 141 Churchill Drive. From the ball court to the fence post, Farm Bureau has been covering the Upper Cumberland since 1948. Go Warriors. As A.J. Hunt and his girlfriend Haley Trisdale just arrived, and you can't miss her.
I know.
I mean, just bright pink, just burning the retinas. Corner three from Winningham. It's good. True North three-pointer. I don't know what Coach Dodgen told her in that timeout. I'm sure it's just, hey, you're Bella Winningham. Shoot.
You're the shooter. Take as many as you
want. And whenever you can get her that wide open, great job there. Talking about it, using screens, pick and roll, getting down into the interior like that. 3-ball. Good. Bella Winningham, True North three-pointers, back to back.
But they also got Ava out of the paint.
Yeah.
I mean, they had her all the way up at the volleyball line. That just completely opens up the paint.
Absolutely. I mean, a back cut right there.
Right.
I don't know why you wouldn't take advantage of that. Stretching out Jones. And on the same note, why would you go out if you're Ava? 40,
right.
Let 42 prove she can shoot. Tough take there from Grasty. My goodness, her layups are just high degree of difficulty each and every time, and she just seems to hit each and every one.
Yeah, she manages her speed well. You know, it's incredibly hard to run full sprint and not just clank that ball off the backboard and watch it sail back to the other side. But she's found her way to kind of hit it every time.
It's kind of not really the finesse or the flair of a Rajon Rondo, but
right.
somebody that's job's just to pass the ball around, not take too many shots, and
hit
just get
yes.
to the rim. And goodness gracious, why would you ever try that with her that close? Swat it again. I mean, I call her the eraser. You see why?
She's just having fun.
Man, she almost blocked one that there's no reason she should have blocked right there. Down low to Clark. Out to Jones for three. True North three-pointer. I was ready to say it when it was out of her hands. And the girls tonight are just putting on a clinic.
Yeah, they are hard. I'm glad to say they kind of lost that sloppiness from the first half of the first quarter. This is the Warriorettes that I knew.
Absolutely. 32 seconds left. Stolen away by Billings. Gets it back.
Oh,
I was ready to say and one.
I wish I could have finished.
Yeah.
That was such a back-to-back pass there. That was beautiful.
That's my favorite kind of – give and go is just that's my brand of basketball. That's what I do. I mean, high key, dump down, just beautiful there. First free throw good. We're talking interviews for Episode 3 Rebound. Coming out 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. Check that out. But interviewing Kennedy Billings about in the wake of Ashland's injury, where does that leave her? She's talking about how she just feels like other players on offense do it better than she does, and she just passes it off thinking that they can do it better than she, and that's not the attitude she needs to have. Right there, I wish she would have went for the shot. Winningham going up, getting hers. Another great steal, coast-to-coast opportunity. As you can see, whenever Bella Winningham gets a full head of steam, most of the girls just hang back. Such a sure thing. Deep three. Oh, man, thought it was good. Rebounded by Grasty. Third quarter buzzer will sound with the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report reading 59-23 Warriorettes. As going to ask you, if you're sitting on what you think is extremely valuable land and you want to know what it's actually worth, My advice, call 931-808-6422 to get a hold of Matt Elrod at Whitetail Properties Real Estate for assistance in the land valuation and selling process today. And then say you sell that land off and you get yourself some more. You need some insurance. White County Farm Bureau was recently voted best of the best for both best insurance company and best customer service representative. They're there when you need them the most at 141 Churchill Drive. You can get a quote today by calling 931-836-3171. I don't know why you wouldn't.
If I had a business, that would be my catchphrase. I
don't know why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
As the starters' day should be done, we've got, other than Fox, trying to get her some more minutes. Looks like here, Fox, Norvell, Winfrey, Sanders, and Reed. Lips out there, fighting for it. Gets it back out. Going to drive on Fox. Nearly stolen away again. Out for three. Good contest, but a better shot there. Goes down. Fox bringing the ball down. And, you know, she was the Franks Tournament MVP, Sam. But let's see, ever since then, it's like she's kind of struggling to fill that non-Ashland void, kind of getting her head around what she's being asked to do. Let's see if her being the 1A option right here doesn't help her out a little bit. Looking, holding it near the S here, trying to find the open lane, going to drive, gets it out to Norvell, pump fakes and drives, goes up for it. Late call, but the right one, heading to the line for two.
Yeah, that was a late call there, Dykes. I was getting a little worried. I was like, man, it's got to be something.
I mean, you don't miss that bad just for no reason.
Yeah.
Usually, I feel like that's a pretty good tell. Norvell at the line for one. Bricks out there. Substitution here for McMinnville as number 23 who went down earlier. Has got some ice on her knee. Maybe just twisted it up. She's down at the end of the bench. I noticed that she hadn't been in yet. Hopefully it's just precautionary. I think I saw Brent take her into his office maybe at the half. Hope she is okay. 60-26 in favor of the Warriorettes here. Fox defending, and they play a dangerous game of defending that far away from the basket that closely. Lesser teams will get blown by every single time, but these Warriorettes play such great help defense and contest so well, it doesn't seem to matter.
And they're also so small. You know, this is a small lineup right now, so it's just a lot of speed out there. They can really do that right now if they want to, and do it for the rest of the game if they choose to.
Reed blocked but fouled, going to the line for two again.
Yeah, she was all over her.
Yeah. What you love to see, though, is some aggression out of this second unit. Some of these girls are going to be asked to play heavy minutes. You know, you think Kaylee Sanders got a little bit of size on her. Nights where Ava gets in foul trouble, she might be called upon in a way that she hasn't been yet. You think Kylie Norvell, maybe somebody's shots aren't falling, or a guard has foul trouble, she'll be leaned on heavily. Winfrey's already shown you that she can be a spark plug off the bench, as Reed hits both at the free throw line. As right now, I think the chief thing I'm looking for is Fox to take over and show some leadership for this young unit, as it looks like she's not going to get a chance to. In comes Maya Jo Swindle to the scorer's table, I'm sure, to run the point. Going to drive, switching out of it.
And this Warren County's team, they just got to another thing they got to do is just get their head up. You know, they're missing a lot of these passes because they're kind of just looking down at the ground, making sure they still got their hand on the ball. But if they get their head up, look for more passes, they could have had so many more shot opportunities.
Well, you know, that's just something when you're not confident in your ball handling abilities, when you just look down, I mean, that's just – there's a big difference between somebody that doesn't have to look at their dribble and somebody who does. And you could be the best shooter in the world, but if you get the ball and you have to look down at it each and every time, you're just really going to be handicapped. That's why I think ball handling drills are so important in forming your game. That's coming from somebody who's a terrible ball handler. I mean, I'm just one of the worst. Out of bounds, Warriors basketball.
I mean, a lot of these NBA trainers, you know, that train NBA players, they ain't played a lick in the NBA, you know, but they just know what's right. So, I mean, that's one thing I've always thought about, too. Is like, man, I feel like I could make the perfect jump shot. I can't go up there and do it.
Maya Jo Swindle, cross-court pass, a beauty. Norvell should have given her an assist on that one. Out to Winfrey. Just a little hesitation right there. That's what you're seeing out of this second unit. Just reacting, not knowing what they're doing. 3 ball. No good from Kaylee Sanders. Bringing the ball up here. Good defense from 80 feet away from the basket. But
wide open.
Whenever your big's playing that far away from the basket, glaring hole.
I'm still very happy with that last offensive possession, though, from the Warriorettes. That was
swallowed there. I mean, that was just an athletic play. And
sloppy pass.
Derek Jeter pass right there. I mean, difference is Jeter knew where first base was. 4:47 to go here. Bringing the ball up is Swindle. Norvell wide open in the corner. Whew, almost a travel. Gets it to Sanders, to Norvell. Pump fakes. Just can't get that shot off. To Reed for 3. Can't get it. Looked like it was going to have a home team roll there. Going to have to get back on transition defense. Going up with her. That's another thing Sanders might want to grow with is her interior defense. That's it's going to be a big part. I think that's really what a lot they're missing with Ashlyn is just having another big body down there. In comes number 40, Angel. Just because, you know, Ava can't play all 32 minutes. And she gets in foul trouble some nights. So in nights where you're playing two posts, 2 true centers, what are you going to throw at them? I know Clark has been playing well down low, but I think that it's kind of the one big mystery is who's your 4? Who is really your 4 when it comes to we need some size?
That's a difficult question.
Yeah, I mean, it really is.
With the bench so deep, you know,
there's so many ways to play it.
It is.
And good problem to have. Rebounded by Winfrey going up.
Wonderful.
She's special in areas like that. Really Gracie Clark type in a lot of ways, I feel like. Gracie didn't get a lot of runway as a freshman. Stolen by Reed, who's having a nice night. Gets it to Winfrey going up. Just can't get the calls. 3 from Swindle. Rebounded by Angel to Winfrey. Ball a little slippery there. 3:22 to play. In comes Kylie Norris for Kylie Norvell. Switching out players but keeping the first name. 3:10 left to play. 65-31 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. And they reverse their call. Lady Pioneers basketball. And, you know, 34 points. It doesn't really matter whose ball it is.
Same thing there, Dykes. You know, it is what it is.
It is what it is, yeah. You can't get too mad about it. And just a miscommunication there. Tapped away and a foul call. And you can hear Coach Dodgen saying it. Just they misplayed that screen.
Yeah.
They blitzed the ball handler and left the roll man wide open.
Could not do.
You gotta.
Or if you're staying on man, you gotta make sure everything's on key. Everything's functioning.
Yeah, right there. Another defensive miscommunication. Good dump down pass. Gets it out to Reed for 3. Oh, just can't hit it. Great job rebounding it there. Just the thing, you know, freshman. She's got a couple years to add a little muscle there and at least hold on to it. Foul from Reed. Hallie Floyd probably going to come in from Cassidy Reed, who's picked up her 3rd foul in this quarter alone.
But I love this aggression, you know, and especially with such a talented Warriorettes team, to be able to go up 30 this easy and give this young group
a whole quarter.
You know, it's going to prepare them for the future. You know, it's almost like generational wealth.
Yeah.
Like once you get a good team, it's like it just stays there for a good while, and I think it's going to stay here for the Warriorettes for a little
Absolutely, and there's so much talent. I was talking to Jake Angel in the Sandestin Hilton hot tub about it, just talking about got to get a rebound there. Kicked out, stolen away by Floyd. Talking about how deep this team truly is that a lot of people just don't know about because the starting 5 is just so cemented in place. Right. Lady Pioneers basketball. In comes Sarah Kate for Sarah Kate. We're just subbing out first names right here. I don't think we have another Maya Joe, so she should be good for the next minute and 5 seconds. It's 65-33, 1 minute left in play on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. Guard at the top of the key. Switching here on the screen. Great poke away there, fighting for it on the court, and that's what you love to see out of these second units. Ball's on the court. Who's going to go for it? It reminds me of that scene from the first Captain America movie when he's the scrawniest guy out there and he's the only guy to dive on the grenade.
Yep.
Who out there is going to dive on the grenade? Tough one-legged finish. Angel can't get the rebound. Going Lady Pioneers' way.
To answer that question, Dykes, I feel like it could be
Anyone.
one of those 5 out there at any time. You know, they all want it bad.
That was Ashlyn Selby, too, and that's what I told her at halftime. You're the toughest type of player to replace. That Draymond Green, it never shows up in the stat sheets, but you help everybody else out just by being out there. I think that could be Kyra Fox. She's got the hustle, got the fight. 2-1. Throw it up. No. Your Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau final score report, 65-33 Warriorettes over the Lady Pioneers. So we'll take another chance here to thank both our game sponsors. If your insurance rate's recently gone up, you're tired of having to call a 1-800 number for answers, call Farm Bureau Insurance today at 931-836-3171. They strive to make every insurance transaction a pleasant one, and someone on staff in their local office there at all times. And then, of course, we've got Matt Elrod. Have you come across any problems trying to sell your property? Lucky for you, Matt Elrod at Whitetail Properties Real Estate has your land sales solution. So call 931-808-6422 to get the answer today. As it's good to see the pep band back in play. I didn't notice this, but Coach D did. We had Mr. Mills playing the saxophone.
Yeah, that was an experience.
And insider scoop, my girlfriend played the saxophone in the band for a number of years. She was saying, gosh, if I could remember her name, there is some Natalie Parks, a great saxophone player that could actually outplay Mr. Mills in the saxophone. He'd say it too.
Wow.
Which is crazy when you think about it, but then you think that actually Mr. Mills can play every instrument in the band. Because he's got to be able to teach everybody how to play the instruments and how it's supposed to sound. That kind of the Gracie Clark of the band, if you will. Not great at one thing, but really good at everything.
Second best at everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, having the best band in the Upper Cumberland is a really cool thing, and having somebody just as great as Mr. Mills. Of course, Mr. Donnell Matthews, a huge listener to this broadcast whenever he's not doing anything, just makes up for it. And those are the pictures we're going with. We got our senior photos.
Man, did I approve this?
Yeah, I know I didn't. That looks like you. That looks nothing like me now with the haircut.
I'm just missing a mustache.
Yeah, that's just about it.
All right.
Funny to see there, though. Didn't know that was going to pop up until it did.
Jack Bolden behind us.
Yeah, I wish I would have known he was here before now. I probably would have tried to book him for the halftime interview.
Yeah.
Said we just got Coach D. No. I only got, episode 3 of the documentary coming out. Rebound, check it out. Wednesday at 6 p.m. Helped a lot on this one. As I was talking to Ashlyn about it, it's just so cool that we have that. It just really is. It just blows my mind that our school has so many of these things. I know you and I have just been amazed at how many gyms we go to that don't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And how many football fields that don't have Wi-Fi or don't really think about, streams. Whereas, like here, we don't think about streams. We cater to it.
Right.
It's just we're just so lucky to go to the high school we go to. It's such a great CTE program. That's what I tell people all the time. Not everybody gets to have a Warrior Media like we do. Especially don't get to have such nice things such as Warrior Media hoodie. I mean, we both got one of those. I got my Warrior Media poncho.
Yeah.
Great merch. The morning announcements that we will both be on starting whenever we get out of this snow break. Starting to feel like last year again.
Hopefully next week.
Yeah, if we could push that into February, I wouldn't be too upset. But then you think about the media truck.
Yes.
And I've been talking to people about that, and they're talking about how many colleges don't have something like that.
That's crazy.
I mean, how many small town news stations don't get to experience something that cool. And, I mean, it's just absolute a blessing to have Warrior Media. I heard a really controversial opinion from somebody who blamed the football loss to Macon County on Warrior Media, saying that it became too easy for people to watch at home, so we didn't have a huge crowd.
Huh. I disagree,
Yeah.
but whatever.
I feel like we had plenty of people there. I mean, we just lost to the state champions.
Yeah.
They played pretty dirty from everything that I heard.
It's we can't affect the play on the
Yeah,
field,
no.
you know, besides crowd noise. But, man, the crowd was already
Electric.
loud, you know,
I mean, there could have been 10 people there, but the noise that they were making there, and they made all season long. I mean, we've got the best fans in the world, in my opinion. As, you know, it's a little light tonight just because of sleet conditions. But, hey, Sam Roberts made it down Spencer Mountain, people.
Yep.
You can make it here, believe me. You had some trouble getting here today from what you said.
Car problems, dead batteries, and then I just drive a junky truck. So
Yeah.
yeah, and when you can't get into your car, that really limits you.
Well, I went to physical therapy today at 11 o'clock, and my windshield was pretty frosted over, and I was running just late enough that I didn't have too much time to get that taken care of with defrost and scraping and what have you. But the door, I never thought I'd get open, just frozen shut, and then the step up on my Jeep, slick eyes, which is not what you want when you've got repaired ACL. Just try and get up in this Jeep. You kind of have to pull yourself, slip, fall, break your back.
Dang. I was supposed to take my car to Jeff's Body Shop today, and just there's no way I'm getting the door open because I mean I already described it to you. For the people at home, I don't have like the top part on my. This is kind of hard to do. I don't have the top part on my car door. You know, I have a Mustang, and it kind of just goes up into the top panel. So, like, you can't stick something in there to steal the car. And whenever everything's frozen up, the window can't go back down whenever you open the door handle. And there's no getting it unless you're going to bust that window out.
Well, we're trying to see tonight if the Warriors can't bust out of a slow start to the season. They've had a rough 2024 by all accounts, but, hey, the birthday boy himself, Mr. 19, Trip Pinion.
Look at that three-pointer.
And it went in.
Wow, Trip Pinion, man. Incredible.
It's his birthday today. He's back in the starting lineup. What are you excited to see out of him and this group heading into the first matchup of the new year?
Hoping to see some more driving out of him, you know, really trying to get aggressive, get in that lane, and open up some three-point shooting for the rest of the team. You know, that really drive in, throw it out. That is basketball to me now. You know, I feel like, you know, if you got a good, strong drive game and good perimeter shooters, I mean, that's a team that can win every night, and I believe that's what the Warriors bring. Yeah,
that's a winning formula, especially with Tripp, who is, 5'10", and one of the best finishers in the absolute world. He has hit so many layups that I just look at the person sitting next to me like, are you kidding? Like, I could do that in an empty gym 100 times and hit maybe 2 of those. Three ball, another one. Don't waste it here, Tripp.
Yeah, let's save some, man.
But he's just got no fear driving into the lane, and that's something you got to have as a point guard. Really, just I might turn the ball over here and there, but I know where the right play is 9 times out of 10, and I make it.
You have to have faith in yourself as well. You know, you got to be like, I can do that. I'm going to try it. And Tripp's always done that ever since freshman year.
Yeah, and that's something his brother does. A lot of confidence in that three-point shot.
Yes.
The exact opposite, where Tripp knows that he can finish around the rim. Tucker knows that he can get that shot over anybody and hit it at a high clip. And it's just kind of funny, they're brothers and play such vastly different styles of basketball, but play very well together.
Yes.
They just complement each other in a way.
Maybe that's why that happened.
Yeah.
You know, they just didn't turn into each other because they had a turn from the opposites to play together.
Well, I mean, I know that playing horse or playing 21 with my little brother, playing one-on-one games with him, we play very different styles of basketball, but it's just what you got to do to beat the other. Like, there is no way that he could ever drive on me back me down. Like, that's just not going to happen. That's not how I play the game. Whereas, yeah, he's just going to sit there and let me take 3-point shots all day long because he knows I'm going to hit maybe one in a setting. But that one looked close. No good.
Another hairstyle.
Another hairstyle
Nate.
from Nate. I noticed that as soon as you were starting to say it. Is this number 4 or number 5? I'm thinking it's 4.
I do too.
I like the last one a lot. It kind of looked like John Morant's the way. Yeah.
I love the dreads kind of coming down. I've always liked that. That's my favorite.
It does look good though. Let's see how he plays with it. So, I mean, he's had a great year.
I wonder if he's trying to find one that he's like, I've been playing great with it.
Or do you think he even notices?
He might not be a superstition kind of guy.
Oh, I am.
I am too.
I have a haircut twice a year. That's just what I do.
Wow.
I cut it in December, and then grow it out for baseball, and then cut it over the summer and grow it out through the start of school. Usually, what I try and do is get my hair cut right before I go back to school.
Wow.
Just because A, I like the way long hair looks under a hat, and B, I feel like I play well with long hair, and I don't want to mess with it. I mean, that's seriously.
Yeah.
I know plenty of guys. Baseball is one of the most superstitious sports in the world. If you don't do everything just the right way, like Trip Pinion left his socks one time in we were playing in Tullahoma. It was a doubleheader. He left his socks, and they're stirrup socks. I mean, we're wearing knicker-style pants. So, I mean, the socks are an integral part of this. And he had no socks. And he tried on his brother Tucker's. And I've got the picture of him still. I mean, it didn't make it up to his knee. it just didn't work. So he wore Coach Burchett, my all-time favorite baseball coach, Coach Zachary Burchett, his socks, because the coach is dressed up. And Tullahoma was the toughest team in our district, and we won that day. And after that, we got on a 3-game win streak, and he wore Coach Burchett socks every single game for those, and we thought we had found it. Same way that we would take trips. That was the COVID year, so we would have to take in vans. And Kaysen Seal's mom would take me, Tripp, Kaysen, and Carter Seal, and sometimes my little brother. And whenever it was a viable option, we'd stop for Dairy Queen.
Really?
Always Dairy Queen. And there had to have been, there's something. We would listen to Neon Moon by Brooks and Dunn.
Really?
We'd listen to that every game. But there was a song that broke us out of a slump that year, too. It was Big Green Tractor by Jason Aldean, which is one of the worst songs of all time. One of the worst songs of all time, but we loved it. I mean, we would sing it in the dugout. That was one of the most fun years I ever had playing baseball. We hosted the district tournament that year, and me, Kaysen, Max Baker, and Trip Pinion all sat up in a little watchtower, kept scoreboard, and played walk-up songs. Just completely, just made up walk-up songs for each different guy that came up. We didn't know these people from Adam, but we would play walk-up songs.
That's funny.
I mean, that's just something. I hope Trip still remembers it. I can't believe that he'd forget it. Just one of the most fun things, and that's just something about sports right there. Just why I love sports so much. And if anybody out there is on whatever committee decides who gets the Glenn Buckshot Sims scholarship where you have to write the essay about what sports means to you, I hope you're listening to that. Sports means a lot to me. I've played them all my life, and I want to get in a career in them. So that's always a big part of my life.
There's nothing not perfect about sports. You know, it's perfect to play, perfect to watch, and then perfect as a job. You know, I mean, we love what we do.
Yeah,
I mean,
Sam, this is not work for us.
This
is work for the camera people, everybody that's trying to figure out how to get you people the visual and the audio, because what we do is it's very, very routine, very ritualistic. I know where all these plugs go in so that our audio works. And then after that, it takes 5 minutes. We sit down and we talk about the game that we love.
Yes,
and
it's incredible.
It is. And it's, again, just a wonderful opportunity. We're so glad that it's us.
Like I'd be happy here. I'd be happy in the stands. I'd be happy on the court. You know, there's
There's just no place in a basketball gym that you don't feel welcome. And I'm just so lucky to get to commentate these games with a very, very good friend in Sam Roberts.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys hear it. Sam and I talk basketball a lot. I can't recall too many conversations we have that aren't about sports.
Yeah.
And I think that's just what it's like to have guy friends.
Yeah, and then especially whenever our little job is
to do it.
Yeah. That just makes everything sports related.
But, I mean, even the games I don't get to do with you, I did 2 games with Jack Bolden, one of my all-time favorite people, Jack Bolden. We go to the movies together. We commentated the whole district run last year for the girls. I mean, just great job getting to do games with him, and I just love bouncing off of him. Got to do a game with my childhood and lifelong best friend in Case and Seal down there. I know you tuned in for that one.
Yeah, I got to hear most of that one.
We seriously on the way to the high school looked up clips of us commentating so he could kind of hear how you do it, how you do color and stuff like that.
That's
he liked that. We listened to Jack and you do it so you could kind of understand how kind of a mesh of that.
Yeah.
And, of course, the best one I've ever done was with a veteran, Mr. Gregory Wilson. Did the Upperman game last year with Mr. Wilson. Something I'll never forget, and something that he mentioned to me every time he saw me for probably 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
I remember we walked in the cafeteria one day, and he said something to me, and I walked off, and he turned to one of the lunch ladies like, "Oh, yeah, that's Sam Dygus. We did the game the other day." And that's just an awesome thing to say,
That
your principal to
is.
say. He did a great job. And speaking of great jobs right now, WCHS, how are the Warriors going to pull out a victory tonight, Roberts?
Take what they learned from the last loss, you know, and that was a tragic loss. You know, I mean,
Tight fought. It was Gage Stevenson's return to action. No Trip Pinion.
It was an incredible game. There's so many people that already ruled them out. We were also going on the road
for the
too.
first time.
So, you know, I think just the aspect of us being back here is going to be a
Huge.
big factor.
Number 2 from Warren County checking in. Number 15. Number 23. This does not look like the starting lineup from last time. Number 24, I remember him. He's a shooter.
These jerseys
Number
are also
33.
very unique.
Yeah. Listen, I tell everybody I know, Warren County's got the best jerseys. This guy's taking off his shirt. I don't.
Maybe no undershirts allowed.
But
well, no,
no,
everybody else
they
has a
ever got them
black
on.
one.
I don't know.
Maybe a little hot in here for him, whatever.
Who knows? Well, the referee's saying something to the coach. I don't even know. What I do know is starting for us, number 3, the birthday boy himself, Mr. Trip Pinion. Did he say 6'2"?
Probably. I doubt
That's
it.
not.
Gage is 6'2", I'm 6'4".
Anyways, number 4, Gage Stevenson checking in. Now we've got number 30, the shooter, Lucas Dickerson. Number 10, Keon Lewis. And rounding out the starting 5, the human highlight reel of White County, number 12, Nathaniel Griffin.
No. Every time I see him, I just yell, Nate. Kid's got heart.
Yeah. He is one of the quietest people that you will ever come in contact with. So many of my friends played football, and he never did. So literally most of the time that I would ever talk to Nate throughout middle school, because he's homeschooled that time, was at football games. And I would always have to lean in like, "What, Nate?"
Yeah. I understand that completely. You know, I knew him as being a basketball manager.
Yeah. 2 points quickly for Warren County. Tripp gonna need some help there, breaking the press. Lewis bringing the ball up, gets it to Tripp, going to drive, spin move, 3-ball up. Good, true north three-pointer from Gage Stevenson.
And exactly what we talked about, Dacus. Drive in, pass
Kick
it
it
out.
out.
It's just a beautiful way to play the game.
And that's how Gage needs to play, with no hesitation. He is such a passive player with such a pretty shot. We need him. Trip Pinion, a beauty of a steal, going up. Playing for contact there. Gets the ball back, setting things up, going to drive. He's looking like he trusts that leg a little bit more. Hope he doesn't overdo anything and tweak anything, because we've got to have him if we want any chance. Good fake pass there, 3-ball. No good. Rebounded by Stevenson, going up, blocked, but headed to the line for 2.
Wait for Gage to get in there, being undersized against this huge Warren County team.
Yeah, I mean, 6'2" is nothing to sneeze at, Sam. Of course, Gage is nowhere near 6'2", but first free throw up, good. Just such a pretty stroke.
Maybe that just kind of intimidated the Warren County side.
He's 6'2". I don't know if they were using the metric system, maybe. Second one up and good. Gage with a quick 5. He's got to score the basketball if this team wants to get anywhere. He does everything else so well, but they just lack just a little bit of a scoring punch to get him over the edge. 2-pointer good. See, things like that, other teams have a catch-and-shoot mid-ranger. This team's trying to find an option like that to get open shots up. Stevenson, I think, has really got to grow offensively if he wants that to be the case. Getting the ball to Dickerson, who can get hot in an instant. Over to Nate. Going to drive, bringing the ball out. Gets it to Tripp. Looking. Bringing it back out with 6:16 to go. Driving into the lane, going up. Man, just enough of a contest there. Tipped it just enough. It didn't go in, but a pretty move. Good ball movement there. And a foul from Stevenson. And that's just, despite being as tall as they think he is, Gage Stevenson still undermanned down there. He's just going to have to be able to go up and quick tap outs like that. You can't get tangled up. They're going to call it every time.
Every time. Good
pass. A beautiful sling pass right there. McMinnville's great at finding the open man. Pushing foul there on number 2. And you can tell that his job's out there just to be a pest.
Yeah.
I mean, every good team has one. You think Michael Arcia-Davis on our team, when he gets in the game, I mean, he's in there for defense. I mean, lightning in a bottle, go, 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 so quick. Just playing with such a reckless abandonment, going after every loose ball and smothering everybody at the point of attack. Lewis gets the ball over to Dickerson. Down low to Tripp. Over to Nate. Going to take a side step 3.
Oh.
Just off the mark. Pinion somehow almost got that rebound. Going to bring the ball out here. Somebody's open. Top of the key. Mishandled there. Somehow kept it alive. Mistiming a jump there, but stolen away. Here comes Tripp. He's so deadly with the ball in his hand. Left-handed layup. Ooh, gorgeous. Gorgeous. His hop step, his spin move, he's got just an arsenal of moves. And every time you see somebody else do it, you're like, oh, you just immediately think that Tripp did it. Lob, my goodness.
Wow.
Anytime you can put a ball that high and just tell him to go get it.
It's an incredible play.
It is. Getting the ball to Nate, poked away, foul call. Good one there. That was a good time for number 15 to try and poke that away. That was a blind spot in the referee triangle, but great vision from the other end of the court there. Warriors ball down 8-7 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. 4:45 to go. Tripp Pinion gets it over to Gage. Looking, gets it across to Lucas Dickerson for 3. Banks it in. Mr. True North with a True North 3-pointer. Going to have to get back on defense quickly. They're looking to run with it. High pass there. Going to drive. Tough shot. Grazed it. Foul on Lucas Dickerson.
Yeah, with Warren County playing a 2-3 like that, if Warriors can get hot from both sides of the wing, Warren County's going to be in for a long night.
That's the weak spot in a defense like that. That in the middle right there where nobody, high post.
Right.
Wing threes. Warriors run a lot of high posts. Let's see if they can't try and break that. First one in.
As long as Warren doesn't really bring that middle person up and kind of turn it into a 2-1-2, then Watt County should get a lot of open threes.
And even then, you can try a back cut on that. And with us always having somebody in the corner, I think that's a smart play. And what I love about Pinion is he makes the offense move.
Yes.
They've been so static for so long. 3. Bad miss there. But Pinion always, 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 he's moving, he's getting the ball moving. Nothing else, he's setting picks. You never really see a point guard and a star player set picks at the rate that Trip Pinion does for other people. Gets it over to Nate. Pinion doing a great job moving without the ball in his hands, like we were saying. Something that's hard for a true point guard to do. 3-ball. Oh, almost thought he had redemption on that one. McMinnville getting out and run with it. Foul. Foul on Dickerson. And here comes Sims and Pinion. Dickerson already has 2 quick fouls. And for a shooter like him, getting in foul trouble isn't what you want because you can't really find that rhythm if you're sitting on the court.
Right.
Especially considering that, I mean, they're getting out and run with it. He's just a little flat-footed getting back, it looks like.
Yeah.
3-ball, my gosh, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, beautiful one, too. I mean, that ball didn't even touch rim at all.
No, it was heat-seeking for the bottom of that net. Here comes the Pinions. Good pump fake there on the pass. Gets it to Tripp. Back to Tucker.
Oh.
I wish he would have taken it for 3. Gage just missed.
Beautiful shot, though.
Good pass in for Sims. All this length making it hard to find passing lanes for the Warriors. Gets it. Just hesitation. Good pass there, though. Pinion going to drive. Gets it out. Lewis, 3. It is no good. More offensive rebounds. You're going to have to capitalize on this possession, I think. Walk. Just having his feet planted, coming back up for that hop step. They got him on that one. That's one you see sometimes go uncalled for whatever reason.
Well, it's a weird one to call
it
because
just
like,
toes the line of it.
If somebody throws the ball and like you kind of bobble a catch and it hits the ground, you pick it back up, it's not considered a dribble.
Yeah.
So some people kind of get away with kind of like pushing the ball down. That's not considered a dribble sometimes, but we're also human. So, to some referees got different opinions.
And it's a really subjective call is what it is, and you can't be mad one way or the other because there's plenty of walks that don't get called, plenty of ones that aren't walks that do get called. You just got to take your lumps with it, I think. Gage picking up his 2nd foul. Warriors are going to have to do a better job boxing out. Not only they got to do a better job boxing out, Sam, when they do box out, they're going to have to finish on these 2nd and 3rd chance opportunities. I mean, it's just such a killer, don't you think, to have so many wasted opportunities that close to the basket like they did last possession.
Yeah, it's rough. Whenever you get 3 shots to score at one time down here on the floor, it's –
there's only so many of those you're going to get in a game. You'll get one of those maybe once, twice if you're lucky per quarter. Sometimes you'll get 1.5. Sometimes you won't even have one in a game, especially with the kind of size Warren County's coming out with. To let them give up offensive rebounds like that, you're going to have to take advantage.
Pass not really finding the hands of
No. As we were talking about the girls, just not a lot of intentionality on these passes, just kind of swinging it around, but not without a lot of intent. How do you keep the rock moving but in a productive way?
Well, it's also about your offense moving. Everybody's got to keep rotating. Nobody can just be stagnant, just be there. Everybody's got to move. Everybody's got to set backdoor screens, backdoor cuts, and that's how you get open, quick passes.
And right there, just hunting a mismatch like they did. Tripp, a great defender, but against number 24 right there, foul there.
Wonderful shot after the whistle there from Mr. Birthday Boy.
I feel like I can hit any shot after a whistle's called.
Oh, yeah.
Before it, not so much.
And, Dacus, I've hit some crazy ones. I will testify to that. I swear they just go in every time.
That's like that Luka Doncic when he shoots that high arcing floater off. And, gosh, that's just pure talent. Over to Tripp Pinion with 1:52 to go. Warriors find themselves down 6, and the offense has largely disappeared here for a stretch. Good move there. Beautiful footwork down low from Griffin, something he's improved upon. And he learned, hey, I'm not the biggest guy out there anymore. I'm going to have to kind of finesse my way to the basket. What'd you see specifically from Nate on that shot?
He's not the biggest guy out there, but it's not about that. It's more about how you use your weight. And Nate kind of shouldered in and then used his leaping ability to kind of jump the opposite direction right afterwards and gave him a beautiful left-handed layup that's arguably wide open for him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a high degree of difficulty shot, but it's not at the same time.
Yes.
Like, that's a tougher shot for a rebound there from Griffin for a Cole Sims type than it would be for Nate, as going to get it back there. He can dribble out of it, going to get it to Sims. Sims bringing the ball down here, pushing it to Tucker, back to Sims, into Griffin. Sims out to Lewis, 3. Bang, it's good. True North three-pointer. That Sam Roberts form is continuing to shine. Warriors cutting it to 16-15 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report.
And another thing I'm seeing right now, Dykes, is there's no hesitation right now. You know, if they're not thinking about it.
There's no hitch.
Yes.
Just like there, my goodness, what an answer. That's just a pretty shot.
Wow.
And they're showing you right now, you can't give them too much room. But with size, you're going to have to play off them a little bit to stop drives. So this Warren County team is a tough mix of both, especially there with that kind of length. Stolen away by Trip Pinion. Oh, just behind Nate. I was hoping for a lob, I'm not going to lie. Over to Tripp, going to drive. Towing the baseline, gets it over to Tucker, to Cole. This is good ball movement right here and good off-ball movement. Getting it to Tripp, going to drive. Foul call there. And what it led to was a wide-open 3, but for that, it's a free throw trip for Tripp.
Well, luckily, they called that whistle because Tucker's shot was a little bit off.
A little bit off, I think.
At least he got that one out of his system, though.
First free throw good for Pinion. It's a night and day difference with him on and off the court. Kind of takes the pressure off of Cole Sims, who, I mean, just as a sophomore, has had flashes of greatness, but some turnover problems. But he's a great as a second guard to run the option, kind of a Lakeland and Kyra situation where he can run the point if Tripp's out, but when Tripp's out there, you got 2 guys that know how to swing the rock. It's just such a great thing to have. 3 up, just short. Yeah. Your Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau final first quarter score report, 19-7 Warren County. What were you going to say, Sam?
Tripp brings a whole nother gear to this offense. You know, it's just a whole different team out there. I feel like every time he steps out there, there's just another aggression and a whole nother – they just pick up the speed, but they don't do it sloppy. You know, it's incredible.
They play quicker, but also somehow more carefully, which is just a weird balance to try and mix. But absolutely playing at a high level. Speaking of high level, your insurance rates recently gone up. Tired of having to call a 1-800 number for answers? Call Farm Bureau Insurance today at 931-836-3171. Strive to make every insurance transaction a pleasant one, and someone on their staff is in their office at all times. And if you're looking to sell your land but you have no idea how to get more money for your property, call Matt Elrod of Whitetail Properties Real Estate, 931-808-6422 today. I mean, just a 1-2 punch right there. The best in real estate and the best in insurance. 19-17 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. Trip Pinion bringing the ball down over to Lewis. 4-3, just off the back iron. And one and done trips like that are fine. It was a good look from Lewis, who's got a lot of confidence in that shot. You're just going to have to get back on defense. And they do a great job here, forcing some sloppy passes, chasing them off the shot.
That mid-range is deadly.
It is. And that's just the one thing about these contests. You can run at them, but blow-bys. And that's just the thing that a lot of defenders, we're going to chase you off that three-point shot. But if they can shoot the mid-ranger, then it's not really a worthy gamble. Going to have to stay home a little bit more on those. Just a slight adjustment, and maybe you can seal off that shot. Griffin going to drive, gets it in, keeps his dribble alive, stolen away. Beautiful find. Going up with it. Ooh, a foul call. They called Cole Sims on a foul. So
wonderful
Cole Sims picks up foul number 1. And to get back in there on somebody with that kind of size that looks like an automatic layup,
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about that.
You're not
at
mad
all.
about that. You're going to force somebody with a little bit of size on him to prove he can hit his free throws.
And I also think it just sends like a message, man. I mean, if you're coming out here and you're going for the ball every time, you know, it's like, man, these guys might be smaller than them, but they got aggression.
Well, right now it looks like Stevenson will be playing at the 5 in this lineup. It's got their tallest guy, number 33. Why are they not combating size with size? What does this lineup give them the ability to do?
Well, they can move a lot faster. You know, they're really a perimeter team right now, and it's going to open up a lot more shots.
And right now, Coach Mitchell yelling out 5 out and telling them to move. Got to get the ball out quickly in a 5-out offense, so that's the only thing. You can't hold it for too long if you don't have the shot.
Then also on defense, you know, Warren County really hasn't been like post dominant, I feel like, even with this size advantage.
Yeah.
So I feel like just a speed advantage right now is going to be very helpful.
Stolen away, the Tucker Tripp combo. Tripp going. Oh, man, I thought he was going to get that to roll. But
yeah, give him 5 more games. He's hitting that every time.
This is what, his 4th game back. 2 of them are in a tournament in Sevierville. He's still probably not 100% the way that he should be. Still not in basketball shape. But, my gosh, that looked like a 4-year starter right there because he is one. Just the anticipation and understanding when they're going to jump and when you need to go up for the shot. I feel like that's the kind of thing that separates him over Cole Sims right now is Sims would probably have that shot blocked. It's not his fault. It's just Tripp had that shot blocked his sophomore year. Tripp is just, goodness, that's a tough shot. Whenever you can just dribble down and take that Kevin Durant.
Right in your face.
Right in your face. Man, oh, man. Timeout, Coach Mitchell, 26-18 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report in favor of Warren County. Something I'm in favor for is if I'm looking to sell my land and I've got no idea how to get more money for my property, I'm calling Matt Elrod of Whitetail Properties Real Estate at 931-808-6422 today. I mean, I'm going to throw all my weight behind him. That's 931-808-6422 today. Don't know why you wouldn't.
Don't know why you wouldn't. Come on now.
So, right now, sticking with the same 5 that was out there, what's this group going to have to do a little bit differently if they want to cut into this 8-point deficit?
Hit their shots, you know, on the first chance. I don't really see many second chance opportunities going to come from a smaller lineup right now. So, if they got a shot, they're going to have to make sure it's the right one.
Loopy pass into Pinion. Down low to Sims. Tripp bringing the ball out. Gets it over. Great anticipation there. Going up. Reverse. Can't get it. Tripp Pinion. 3-ball. Oh. No birthday magic in that one. Bringing the ball down quickly. Cross-court pass. Mishandled it, thankfully. Going to set up the offense here. Dump down pass. Oh. The kind of the in-between dunk layup. I'm going to call it a layup.
Yeah, definitely. If I don't see that rim move at all, layup to me.
That just looked like, you know, the guys in the NBA, the centers that play like 4 minutes a game, just kind of get a wide open one right there. Pinion, 5 minutes left to go in the first half, down 10 points into Stevenson. Back to Pinion, going up with it. Going up. My goodness, the patience of Pinion. Just the feel for the game, the court vision, the IQ. There's really nothing like it.
And once he can get that second guy behind him in the air, I don't think anybody's going to stop him one-on-one from scoring right there.
No, driving here. Great job switching hands mid-air. Thought that tip was going to go in. Tripp driving the ball quickly. Somehow keeping the ball away. Spin move. No. Blocked. Man, number 33 took a shot to the face there. I would be faking it right then because Tripp got him. Stolen away by Stevenson.
Man, what a quick spin move.
You're talking about 5 more games, Sam. I think tomorrow in Wilson Central, if we have that game on, I think that's a type of shot that Pinion's already ready to hit. As you could just tell, he's just a little bit off on it. But my gosh, just a flurry right there. Pinion so quick.
And it just makes you excited, you know, whenever he's fully back.
Tucker Pinion, True North three-pointer. Absolutely excited, Sam. I'm elated. This team's played well enough in Trip Pinion's absence, but every problem they've had is something that Trip can fix. Not necessarily with his play, but just how his play impacts others.
Right.
Getting it into the hands of Trip here, just giving the ball, just know when you bring the ball down the court that it's going to get to one guy's hand. Three ball. It's good! Ooh. Tucker Pinion, three ball. True North three-pointer.
A flamethrower.
And back-to-back Pinion to Pinion True North three-pointers cuts the deficit to 26-28 with 3:41 left here to play on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. Speaking of Ryan Qualls and Farm Bureau Insurance has been building a reputation for trust over 80 years, and they're ready to help you protect things that are important to you. See Ryan Qualls, Daniel Bray, Justin Coer, Kate Crosnet, Farm Bureau, located at 141 Churchill Drive. From the ball court to the fence post, Farm Bureau has been covering the Upper Cumberland since 1948. Go Warriors. And we were talking to Jack Bolden about it. Tucker gets on these streaks where it's just like, is he ever going to miss?
Literally, it's getting me excited. I wish there wasn't a timeout right there.
Yeah, great job calling the timeout. If you're Warren County's coach, try and cool him off. But I feel like he's the kind of shooter that even after taking a small break, almost a 4-point play. Lucas Dickerson. Yeah, I mean, as a shooter, you kind of know they're going to call that one.
Yeah,
he's been on the other side of that a ton.
You gotta jump up, don't jump out.
And that's what Coach Mitchell's saying. I mean, it's a small difference, but I mean that's a foul for a reason. That's a very dangerous play. It was a hard fall. First free throw, good. Looks like Lewis about to check in. You think it's for Dickerson, who just picked up his third foul. All coming too quickly here. No, it's for, yes, I thought Tripp was leaving for a second. It is for Dickerson, who is going to have to think about a little bit more what he's doing out there. Mm-hmm. He's somebody they're going to target offensively just because of the size mismatch. Dangerous pass from Gage, but a good one. Tripp gets the ball to Tucker. You can tell they're swarming that three-point shot now. Tripp trying to read the defense. Bringing the ball out near the volleyball line, into Gage, back to Tripp, going to drive, spin move, tough two, just can't get it to go. 3 minutes left to play here. Warriors down 31-25. Dump down pass, good contest, but that's where that small lineup hurts you on second chance opportunities. Things like that, the Warriors, if they can't win second chance opportunities, they're gonna have to force turnovers
every time, or force bad shots.
Yeah, you can't give them a good shot and then 2 free throws there for Stevenson. You can't give them a good shot and then an easy rebound.
Right.
Because that's 2 points every single time. Whereas if you force them to take a bad shot and then you're at least competitive for a defensive rebound, I mean, it's a tough shot. So it's just the fight, just kind of the intensity at which you do things. Gage Stevenson, 6th point of the night.
With a smaller lineup, you're really just praying for outside shots.
You're hoping they take 3-pointers for long rebounds.
Yeah, long rebounds, and obviously you don't want them to drive, but long rebounds is the reason I was going to as well. It's a difficult way to play, but if you can do it, it's very hard to stop.
Man, I was ready for him to hit that. I feel like he hasn't missed. Pretty automatic with that jumper. Tripp over to Gage, back to Tripp, over to Tucker for 3. Off the back iron. Ooh. Don't know why Sims didn't go after that one. It looked like it was off of Keon's hand. Luckily, going to stay Warriors basketball. As I'm not a huge fan of get my hands back, I'm going to at least try for it.
Right.
I mean, worst case scenario, if it's going off of you anyways, you just tried saving it.
Yeah, 100%.
Lewis, tough 2. Just can't get it to go. Bringing the ball down, Warren County, 2 minutes left to play. How do you want the 2 minutes to play out if you're White County, Sam Roberts?
Hopefully with you up at the end. I mean, find a little spark going into that halftime speech. You know, try and keep some energy. You know, leave Warren County kind of down on themselves. Ooh.
Tough layup there. Luckily rebounded. Here comes Lewis in the open court. Gonna give it to Sims. Pulls out, gets it to Tucker. Back up top to Tripp. Stevenson down low. Tripp didn't think he could thread the needle on that one.
That's a hard pass.
It is. I mean, somebody's going to do it to the quarterback. Just can't get it to go. Tripp fighting for it. Who are they going to get on the foul?
Tripp.
Yeah. Tough one to call there. But here comes Arcia Davis for Stevenson. Going to prioritize some defense right here. Davis, thing is, he gets in a little bit of foul trouble. We've got 3 fouls. You just don't want to get him in the bonus over the next 1:17. So right now, I think that he could be a defensive stopper and hold him to 33 just because of his presence alone. Driving on Tucker, going to bring it back out. Over to the wing, guarded by Pinion. Switching on to him is Sims. Davis guarding near the top of the key. Good defense here from the Warriors, not letting them get anything just yet. Blow by, blocked by Lewis, and a foul. Coach Mitchell asking where the foul was. Looked like Lewis's arms might have been angled a little bit downward is the only thing I could see. Coach Mitchell asking for an explanation. I didn't have a great look at it myself. I guess got a little contact on the arm. Missed the first free throw, but not the worst foul in the world. You take a little bit of a gamble there, and in some instances that's a clean block.
Yeah, it is.
50 seconds left here. Here comes Pinion. Bringing the ball up the court, down 6 points. Gets it over to Sims. Searching. Gonna drive now. Gets it to the corner to Davis for 3. Can't get it. Tripp Pinion flying through the air. If he had just a little bit more put-back dunk. I mean, just a little bit more on him.
Be crazy?
That goodness. Whew, I can see it now. I mean, that would have torn the roof off of the Roy.
Oh, I'd have went crazy. This headset would have came flying off.
25 seconds left. As you know, Tripp Pinion's that kind of guy. Gives you highlights. I know some things in football would just make me stand up. Same thing basketball-wise. 12 seconds left. Great defense from Davis. 10 seconds left. Right now, you just don't want him to get a quality look, and you don't want to foul while doing it. 3 seconds. 2-1 over Pinion. GT Auden air ball. Going to send us into halftime. Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report reads Warren County Pioneers 34, White County Warriors 28. As we're about to get our halftime interview up here, and it is brought to you by Morgan Furniture Center in Sparta. Morgan Furniture Center in Sparta is your hometown source for quality made-in-America furniture and Serta perfect sleeper and beauty rest mattresses. Morgan Furniture, you always get a Save with Dave discount deal. Plus, at Morgan's, they will pay your sales tax on every purchase. Plus, free delivery. Morgan Furniture located at 570 North Spring Street in Sparta, because you deserve the best in furniture and bedding for your home. Save with Dave at Morgan Furniture. Joining me on the broadcast for the second halftime interview we've gotten to do together, Coach D. Coach D, talk to me about Rebound Episode 3.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really think I deserved the first interview, but I'm glad to be here for a second. I feel very appreciated. The third episode comes out Wednesday, the 8th, at 6 p.m. Very excited about it. It's going to be a Christmas-themed episode, and that was kind of in the plans for a long time. I thought it'd be fun. You know, the girls and the guys, too, we do some really cool stuff around Christmas time. We have a tournament here, and then we also go on trips and take our teams different places. The girls got to go to Florida. You were obviously there for that, which is a really cool thing. I got to shout out some people that also went and helped. Jack Bolden, got to shout him out. Absolutely helped a ton there, getting to commentate with you as well. Noah Gately even made a guest starring appearance, which was special. But, yeah, I'm really excited for this episode. I just think it's going to be a fun way to kind of break up the monotony of episodes to make it have a different feel. It is going to be very Christmas-themed. We have a brand-new title sequence that's Christmas-themed with a Christmas song. You may have gotten a sneak peek of that song if you were at the game tonight. But yeah, some really cool things that I think are coming along with this one.
Well, just you were talking about the monotony of the first 2 episodes. How different was it to do a Christmas-themed episode? I know on TV shows and things like that, people really look forward to the themed episodes. That's the ones that people kind of hang their laurels on. What was the just carrying out process different like for this one?
Yeah, it was different, but I kind of started playing that a long time ago, well before the second episode even really got going, just because I knew that this was coming up and I wanted it to look different. And so it was kind of a fun challenge. I got to I still wanted to keep the same theme of almost when we played music, kind of like a hip-hop vibe, old school, but I wanted to find Christmas-like songs with that. So that was a challenge for sure, but dug into some songs on Spotify and spent a long time looking and found some cool things for that. Also got to go with Cole Gentry. My parents even went at one time and just filmed Christmas lights around Sparta, filmed the tree at the square, which was really cool. And so, I don't know, just trying to find a way to, it's still a basketball episode. It's still a documentary. Just finding ways to theme it around Christmas was a unique challenge. We got to kind of get together. I got with you at the beach, and I got with a couple other people and just really sketched out some plans. But also, when you think Christmas, I think a lot of fun. I think family. I think upbeat. I think a lot of smiling and laughing. But I think what you're going to see in this episode is that my original plans were to be kind of completely in a happy mood. But real life happens sometimes, and you don't get to do that. And so with Ashland's injury and then even their results in the tournament down there in Florida, it did not end up with the original plans. And so I spent a night where I went to the lobby and just kind of reworked plans and thought of things. You got to balance happy Christmas stuff with the reality if you lose a star player and you lose in the semifinals of the tournament. So that was a challenge.
Well, I know that we talked about that for a while because, I obviously helped with a lot of the questions, and we had to throw a lot out the door and bring in some new questions just based on that. What was the challenges of kind of having just kind of a thought in your mind for, obviously you've had it planned out for a while, and then, like you said, life happens. How did you adjust to that wrench in your plans?
It is difficult, but it's honestly one of my favorite parts is kind of the workshopping of it. Because when you're doing this, when I film a lot of weddings, and that's not a shameless plug. If you do want to hire me, go for it. But, when you film a wedding, I'm sorry to say this if I ever film your wedding, it's the same story every time. It never changes.
Unless she says no.
Yeah, it does get crazy if she walks away. But other than that, it's the same story, really. And you can blueprint it out. With this, it's fun because it's different every day. And that's why I like my job, is because it's something new every day. And so while it was a challenge, I enjoyed it. I think the hard part is, you got to always have a plan A that you're pretty set on, but a plan B that you're prepared to do in case it goes wrong. So I won't say I had nothing prepared if they had lost in the tournament. I definitely had more prepared if they did win. But I will say I had nothing on the front of Ashland getting injured. No plans for that, because you never hope for that. You never really try to plan for it from this point of view. And when that happened, it changed everything. It changed a lot of our interview questions. It changed who we were going to interview, which was kind of the fun of it, though. And, not at the expense of Ashland. I hate that for her, and I know that we desperately all wish that she could keep playing. But she was a really good sport. If you look on Warrior Media's Instagram account tonight, you'll actually see a clip posted with her in it, kind of talking about her injury. And that's going to be a big part of the first 10 minutes of the episode, walking through her injury and what it meant to her, what it meant to her teammates, and how they're going to move forward from that. So that was definitely a challenge, but I think it's always fun to kind of see, all right, here were my plans. How can I keep my original blueprint and plans and still work with that story, but also turn it and tweak it with what's happened in real life?
Well, obviously you mentioned that hate to see an injury like that, but it bred so many storylines because you originally didn't have Ava on the interview sheet, and as soon as Ashland went down, I had immediately 10 questions that I wanted Ava to answer right then and there. I wish I could have called Ava. So just wide-reaching implications. Yep. They say it's the butterfly effect. Butterfly flaps its wings somewhere in the world, and something crazy happens like a tornado. But more just the beach. What was that like for you? I mean, you got pretty well – not a free vacation because you worked insanely hard while you were there, but, I mean, you're at the beach.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I got taken care of. Shout out, seriously, to Coach Dodge and just for allowing me to tag along. And the girls were super great. I know it's probably annoying having a camera in your face all the time, but yeah, they were great. Coach Dodgen was awesome and definitely took care of me, and so that was super fun to be able to do. But yeah, beach was great. I definitely was working, but it doesn't feel like work when your job at that moment is to film on the beach and to fly a drone on the beach and get, anything where you can add on the beach, it typically makes it better. And so that was not really a complaint.
So just in the filming aspect, what are some of the different things that you shot, without giving away too much, what are some of the things that were different shooting in Florida than you would get, just say, here around Sparta?
Yeah, well, I ended up filming in a Francesca's and an American Eagle, which I haven't done here yet. And I won't say it was my most fun experience filming, but I did end up doing that. It was fun, though. They got a free day. That was unique. I don't typically get to see them outside of basketball. And with a documentary, you want to see that kind of stuff. And it's hard because we all have different schedules, and I work, and they're doing their own things. But this was fun because we were all kind of in this bubble together. So wherever they went as a team, I ended up going. I got to film them when they went shopping, when they went to team dinners was really fun because they're just like, they're laughing. They're being high school kids and just having a good time. You see them on the court, and, I think we frame them in this very cinematic, professional way. But it's like they're just kids.
They're 16-year-old girls.
And they're having fun. And that was fun to get to see that side. For the first time ever, you may get to see some fun bloopers from this trip.
Okay.
So that's an exciting thing I think we're going to add in.
Well, obviously you were talking about the bubble, and it as soon as you said that made me think of the 2020 COVID bubble that the NBA was in, where everybody there was just confined to the same hotel, and you talk to anybody from that, and they said that they got a lot closer because of it. Did you see any kind of more chemistry building from this team while they were just kind of all under one roof for less than a week?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you kind of have to. And that's why they do these trips. And Dodgen mentioned that when I talked to him, like, this is why you do those trips. But more than that, I think one was huge for chemistry because you're not just playing basketball, but you're shopping and eating and hanging out and going to the beach together. But on top of that, you're getting some really big minutes in lieu of Ashland, you need those minutes. You really have to credit the girls that stepped up. Kennedy Billings, I think, played some really good minutes. Kyra Fox played some really important minutes for the team. And she's going to be one that's going to be helping them a lot moving forward, I think. And that's huge to build some confidence. And the cool thing that you see, though, is they really did band around each other. Even Ashland kind of encouraging those girls that are playing, her minutes now, it seems like. She's really been encouraging them and supporting them. And so I think the basketball experience as well as just the team chemistry experience is going to be something that's going to really push them forward as they enter district play.
And glad you brought up district play. Episode 4, do you have a date in mind when that's going to be released? Because I know, obviously, you don't have anything for it yet, but we're about to get into the district slate.
I do, yeah. I believe we either picked the February 17th or 18th. Don't quote me on one specifically, but I know it's one of those two. That's going to be just a district play episode. I'm really excited for that one, so we'll see what's in store.
Well, the first two have been great. I'm sure that it won't be Three's Company. It's going to be a trifecta of great episodes, especially since I had something to do with it. Thank you, Coach D, for another great halftime interview.
Hey, I'm going to hand it back to our boy.
All right. As we're talking about the district games, our game Friday in DeKalb has been moved to Thursday. Traveling to DeKalb on Thursday, Roberts, instead of Friday.
Coach Crane just said we're staying here.
Excuse me. It was home, sorry.
Okay.
It'll be on Thursday.
Oh, no. Yeah, but I talked to him. Same time, same everything.
Just Thursday.
Yeah.
Well, down 6 points here. Pinion driving, kicks out Lewis, looking. Obviously, it looks like Warren County is decided to try and take away those driving lanes a little bit here. How do you counterbalance that?
Still screens. I mean, you got
good timing, Keon.
Yeah, literally. But you got to have a lot of them, and they got to be off-ball screens as well. You got to find an open man that's going to create an open lane because it's going to force somebody else to come over, meet them. Somebody will see a gap, drive in.
A very rudimentary understanding of basketball is I screen, I get open. Or I screen for somebody to get them open with the ball. No, you screen for somebody who doesn't have the ball to get them the ball later. Like, it's crazy how much moving parts and chess pieces it really is just to get that small ball in that small hoop. Gets it out to Nate, going to drive it. holding on the ball. Dickerson over to Tripp. Great defense here from Warren County. The Warriors aren't even getting a shot at it.
Yeah, Warren County's kind of gone into that 2-1-2 that we kind of talked about in the first quarter.
Trying to take away the middle 3-ball. And that's how you keep them a little bit. That's how you spread them out.
Yeah, and you're going to have to with this. You know, you can't let them crowd the paint if you can't hit a three.
Yeah, absolutely not. Pinion directing traffic, gets it to Dickerson, gets it back to Pinion, and right now it's just kind of a slow, sluggish start. Getting it into Stevenson, going up. That's how you get it out. That's how you get it out of your system. A long possession like that, somebody's just going to take charge and make the basket. And why not Gage? I mean, honestly,
it don't even feel like Gage is doing it because it's like, man, he's keeping that inside of him. You know, it's like I feel like he could just do that anytime he wanted to.
Great job from Pinion. 3 on 33, fighting on the ground. Obviously very annoyed, number 33 on Warren County. I mean, like, peeved, Roberts. He was upset that somebody 5'10" went up and out-rebounded him there as something that'll keep you smiling no matter what, no matter if you get the rebound or not, is White County Farm Bureau. They were recently voted best of the best for both best insurance company and best customer service representative. They're there when you need them the most. Stop by and get a quote today at 141 Churchill Drive. Give them a call 931-836-3171. Go Warriors. 5:44 left to play. Lewis, Stevenson, Pinion, Dickerson, and Griffin, all seniors. So let's see if that experience shines through right here. Get the ball to the corner, dump down, stolen away by Pinion. Bringing the ball down, slowing up, tough two. Oh. My gosh.
Oh, yeah.
A tough pull-up, cuts it to 2. Tripp Pinion. You know it's his birthday when he starts taking shots like those, Sam. No hesitation, yeah. And I think somebody's going to have to stay glued. 24, another steal from Pinion. Going to take it himself, driving in the lane. And one opportunity, 34 all. Tripp Pinion. We're not at school today, but he's wearing these Warriors like a backpack right now. My goodness. Back-to-back steals, back-to-back buckets with a chance to give the Warriors the lead.
Man, it is just getting me excited, Doc. I cannot wait for Tripp to get all that rust off that block and have full ability in that right leg. It's going to be incredible.
35-34 there. I mean, that was Jordan on Malone-esque right there. Just never saw Tripp, and he's just so great at reading an offense. Off his foot, another turnover. I don't know what Coach Mitchell told him at halftime, but boy, is it working here. Warriors taking a narrow 1-point lead. How are they going to grow it?
Just keep playing the way they do, and you got to make the right adjustments, and Warren County does. You know, it's a hard thing to say right now, but you know, don't grow too heavy on Tripp, though. You know. Yeah,
absolutely. That's something. Kind of like the football team, they'd lean a little too heavy on Isaiah, and you'd get a 3 and out real quick. Same as if walk on Lewis, his second of the game. He's picked up that pivot foot. Wasn't too sure about who he's passing it to, but when they funnel it through one guy so heavily, it's just. You take him out of the game, what's left?
Right. You know, it's kind of like it's like you're starting a new game.
Yeah.
You know, you got to find something new all over again.
It's like the Nuggets. They don't play without Nikola Jokic well.
Right.
Great dump down there. Finally flexing their interior size. His plus-minus stats are crazy. Jokic, just because he's the best player in the world, and their offense runs through him the same way as Tripp. You haven't seen him take a break other than halftime, it feels like.
Right.
Griffin down to Lewis.
Got to get that one key on.
Yeah, that's one he's going to want back. But see if he can't make up for it on the defensive end. He's played some good defense tonight and hit shots when he needed to. Alley-oop dunk! My goodness.
Wow. Man, even as a Warriors fan, it's hard
to
not to
cheer for that. anytime a highlight like that. Stolen away. If I'm Coach Mitchell, hand facing vertical, horizontal, touching. I'm calling a timeout. Almost stolen away. Oh, that's going to be his 4th. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, I like the idea behind it, but it's just a little too late there.
In comes Arcia Davis, Tucker Pinion, and Sims. Out goes Lewis, Griffin, and Dickerson. Another small ball lineup, Roberts.
It's worked for most of this game here. We'll see if they can continue it on right now.
Gets it back out. Great job from Davis, making an impact. I was going to say, if we're calling off-ball fouls like that, I mean, that was an easy one. That's an easy loose ball call there.
But I do believe, Dykes, if we're going to run this small ball lineup, I think Davis is going to have to play most of it just to help so much on defense.
Defense, yeah. Not only that, but he's going to have to be smart with the basketball. You can't survive turnovers in this offense because you can't get offensive rebounds.
Right.
And to get it to Tripp here, going to drive, stolen there. Just a bad read from Tripp. Swatted. Going to call a foul on Tripp. Going up for the shot. Going to send him to the free throw line for 2 here. And 38-35, Warren County ahead on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. How do you erase this 3-point deficit? How do you get back to the ball you were playing?
Well, I'd start off, I'd let Tripp come down, I'd get a screen, I'd try pick and roll and see if that's there. And really, I'd try and go for drive in and kick out. You know, that's something I feel like we haven't done here in a second, and I'd love to see us try and go back to that really quickly.
We always have a guy in the corner.
Always.
Stevenson's had a hot night. You think that he's going to have some touches. Tucker Pinion's had a good night. I think the Pinion brothers and Stevenson's your offense right now. They've been doing a lot of heavy lifting, and then you've got Sims in there for added playmaking and ball movement, and Davis for defense. Off the side there, great rebound from Stevenson. Oh, my. Tucker Pinion makes so many moves to get that shot up. Just a little too close. Gets it out to Davis. Spin move, head down dribbling. Gets it out to Tucker, over to Sims. Back to Tucker. To Arcia Davis in the wing, over across to Tucker, Tripp. I saw Tucker open on the other wing. Tripp going to slow it down. 2 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter. What a pass. Wow. Goodness gracious. Houdini act. Threading a needle. That was white chocolate-esque. Just look your man one way and just rifle a ball right across the heart of the defense. Pretty pass from the QB.
Probably easy for him to do.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Going to drive here. That's the only thing this size. Ducks the defender, rebounded from Sims. Only thing, size disadvantage, they're triple teaming the big. Sims just should have kept it. Warriors basketball, bad lob.
Yeah, that one was way back there.
From my vast experience of trampoline and poolside basketball, I mean, you can't throw one that far away. You're going to have to lead them to the basket. It's almost like you're trying to hit a really long floater.
Yeah.
You're just trying to lay it right above the rim. That's why you see in the NBA when people throw one, they'll accidentally hit it. Like, I'm trying to think.
Well, Curry's done multiple from the near half-court line out of bounds. You know, just lobbing it up there, and it just sinks in.
Incredible. Davis bringing the ball down to Pinion in the corner, looking. Going around a screen, bringing it out to the top of the key. There's 45 seconds left. Going to drive out to Davis for 3. Just can't get it. It's a good look, though, and a great rebound. Pinion for 3. Tripp. Bang!
Yeah.
True North 3-pointer for TP3.
Wow. Tripp's incredible, man.
Happy birthday to him. Evening it up, 40 apiece. 22 seconds left. Man, when you need a big shot, you call Trip Pinion.
When you need anything, you call Trip Pinion.
Unless it's property or real estate help, then it's 931-808-6422.
But if you need that property cleaned up,
GT odds and ends. Gonna get Tripp on a foul there. His third. Gonna have to closely monitor him because I'm gonna tell you right now, Sam Roberts, they cannot survive without Trip Pinion in this game. He is the almost half-court violation. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2.
Don't foul.
Oh.
Wow.
I don't even know how he got that shot.
I
don't either. It looked like he had picked up his dribble at the three-point line and somehow made it in. 42-40 at the end of 3 on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. Speaking of Ryan Qualls and Farm Bureau, have your insurance rates recently gone up? Are you tired of having to call a 1-800 number for answers? Call Farm Bureau Insurance today at 931-836-3171, where they try to make every insurance transaction a pleasant one. Someone on staff is at their local office at all times, 141 Churchill Drive. And, of course, if you're thinking about selling your farm but the land selling process has made you reconsider, don't turn tail and run. Instead, turn towards Whitetail Properties Real Estate to help guide your entire land selling process. Call Matt Elrod at 931-808-6422 today. Right now, Roberts, Trip Pinion having a great game to start off the new year. Who else is going to have to step up if they want to win this game?
I'd love to see more from Gage. You know, he's already had a great game, some great shots, and I feel like if he can really get some more great shots here coming in the fourth quarter and spread out that defense, that's really going to open up some three-pointers.
It's going to be a big part of it, as it's a 2-point game heading into the fourth quarter. We lost this matchup last time, but Gage is just getting back, and Tripp wasn't in the lineup. So, I mean, you see what kind of an impact these two make.
Oh, yeah, 100%, you know, and just got to be aggressive on defense.
I think the only bigger impact is Coach D and Jack Bolton getting out of our way so we could see that side of the court. Arcia Davis rifling one into Sims. Pinion thought about it. Down to Sims for 2,
Ooh.
Tying it up.
Great shot.
Great two-man game there, and that's just so great for Sims to see what the point guard position is supposed to be like, how you're really supposed to approach that. See, are they going to say that was a tip? Warriors basketball.
Perfect.
7:20 to go, 42 all. Right now, I mean, the game's 0-0. It's just who can score more over the next 7.5 minutes. How do the Warriors, do it?
Keep up that aggression. You know, that's what I keep thinking back to in the first quarter. You know, it was like they just weren't afraid of anything. And if you can bring that in here, now you've already found your rhythm. That's the only difference between this game and 0-0 from the start. You know, you've already got your shots up.
Three ball. Davis just off the side, man. Just can't connect tonight.
Oh.
Man, almost off the referee there. Going to have to scamper a little bit here. Coach Mitchell had his hands on that one. Everybody was just running around aimlessly, it looked like. But 6:38 to go. Getting over to the wing. High post. Great defense there from Stevenson to force that ball out. Doing a great job there. Davis letting the blow by. He's going to get Michael with the push. As you can hear what the student section thought about that one, folks.
Yeah, very upset.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So not quite what you can count on your two hands. Stolen away here by Tucker. Going up.
Bounce.
And it goes in.
Right.
Shooter's roll. I was not so sure about that one.
Yeah, I was like, oh, please fall in. Got a little bit of that Pinion magic.
Yeah. 6:08 left to play. Warriors with a 2-point lead. Three ball. Yeah, it looked good as soon as it left his hands. Straight to the bottom of the net there. 45-44. The Warriors going to have to make up the difference here. Long pass to Stevenson. 3 ball, Tucker Pinion off the front iron. Great job getting the second chance point, going up with it, blocking foul. Going to the line for 2 is Cole Sims. Stevenson got decked on that one. Did you see him?
Yeah.
He slid all the way to his girlfriend, Callie Richmond, on that one. I mean, terrible.
But hey, he's tough. You know,
Yeah.
to play the linebacker position all season.
We both talked to him, obviously. Big part of the Warrior Media family, even though he doesn't help with basketball or football broadcast in any shape, way, or form, seeing as he is, you know, pretty big part of on-the-court product. But he talks about some of the hits he takes, and he just can't move the next day.
Yeah.
I mean, Gage Stevenson, tough as nails, tough as they come. Top the arc, 3 ball. No good. Oh, gonna get tripped for his 4th.
And that is a costly one there for Tripp.
Yeah, that is he's at the limit now. I mean, you gotta.
They say he's got 3. I thought they said he had 3 last time. If we can survive 2 more Tripp Pinion fouls, I'll be happy because 45-45, you need 3.
Anyone listening, you did not hear us say he had 4 fouls.
Yeah. 3 ball. You can't leave a shooter that open, especially one who's been so hot as he has been tonight. We're going to bring it out 48-45 into Stevenson. If he could have had just a little bit more space, the whole right side open here. Tripp thought about it, gets it over to Tucker. Oh, dangerous pass. Tripp on the deck, gets it to Davis somehow. Long pass to Stevenson, checks it to Sims. A push. Some long passes right there. 3rd foul on number 24. If you can get one more, maybe sit him for a few minutes and take away that 3-point shot, that'll be huge because he has been a bucket tonight, Roberts.
He has. He found his spark early, and it's like he just never
lost it.
Never died down.
Tucker, lofty pass there. Man, I didn't know what Tripp was throwing it to there. I thought it was going down low.
Yeah.
3 ball from Tucker. No, Tripp flying through the air with the greatest of ease. Tough and one opportunity. Goodness. Night and day difference with Tripp Pinion in the lineup.
Such a tough finish over a huge defender there.
Gosh. And it looked like he was eyeball to eyeball with the rim. He jumped so high on that one. Probably wasn't, but goodness, he can get up there. 48-47, down 1 point here. Pinion with the chance to even it back up. The free throw is up. It is good. 48 apiece. Timeout. Coach Mitchell, take this time to let you know that if you're thinking about selling your farm, but the land selling process has made you reconsider, please don't turn tail and run. Instead, turn towards Whitetail Property Real Estate to help guide your entire land selling process by calling Matt Elrod at 931-808-6422 today. And, of course, White County Farm Bureau, they've been building a reputation of trust for over 80 years, ready to help you protect the things that are important. See Ryan Qualls, Daniel Brake, Justin Coe, or Kate Crossan at Farm Bureau, 141 Churchill Drive. Call 931-836-3171 today. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to spoil it, but we might have a treat for you whenever the camera comes back up. No, just couldn't make it work. 4:24 left to play. While taking this break, just want to thank again the Expositor for sending me on that trip to Florida. Just so gracious, got some great quality down there. Just couldn't thank you guys enough. And this partnership that we've got has been so great. They take care of us over there, make sure that they've got everything we need. And I don't want to toot our own horns, but it's not like we don't deliver anything back to them, Sam. I mean, we help out where we can. Rebounded from Sims. Pinion bringing the ball down. Over to Gage. Down low to Sims. Hop step. Right there, tough finish. And that's what we
Perfect.
were saying, you know, Tripp with that veteran mindset of how to get a shot up. Maybe that can rub off on Sims a little bit.
There's a
Did there.
great amount of patience.
Dunked! Oh, no. Davis on the wrong side of a poster. Might be out of their way, but I think they'll stop by Brady's printing.
On their way back to McMinnville for that poster. 50-50 each, 3.5 minutes to go. They can jump clear out of the building. Blocked and off of Sims. Some great play coming out of that timeout, both sides. But neither team wants to be the WCHS on the losing side tonight. 3:24 left to play. Looks like Mitchell's going to stick with this lineup. What are the pros and cons?
Cons, obviously, is just being so much smaller. You know, there's a bunch of size out there right now, even without 33 for Warren County. You know, he's getting meted up right now. But
Great job there from Pinion. That's got to be a pro.
That's what I was about to get to
Yeah.
next. Just the speed and the quickness they can have, you know. I didn't even see Tucker's arms move right there.
It was blur. I mean, blinking, you'll miss it. Great job knocking that away. Foul. Yeah, we were talking about it last game. Nobody ever commits a foul if you ask them.
Yeah, that you really did. Like, you can't just come up to Tripp. I mean, you got to let the offensive player get to his spot. If you meet him
That
there,
was a clear shoulder check.
yeah, not it.
2:52 left here to play. Pinion sizing up the defense here. Looking for something to work with. Over to Stevenson at the Warrior head. Over to Sims. Looking. Spinning. Get it to Gage. Never even looked at the basket. He's just got to be a little bit more aggressive. Gets it to the corner. Gage. Driving. Swatted away. That's why you got to let that three ball fly. Foul. Davis headed to the line for two, though. 50 apiece. Davis with the ability to stretch it out to a 2-point game right here. 2:25 left to play. How does the next 2:25 play out ideally if you're the Warriors as he misses the front end?
Hopefully a three-pointer within the next minute I'd love to see, just for a momentum boost. I feel like that's going to be the most crucial part, is to really bring all the momentum to our side. You know, I feel like that's half a basketball when it's a clutch situation, is who's got it rolling more than the other.
Well, Davis splits the free throws there, 51-50. Depending on how this game plays out, free throws might be a big part of it. Warriors, that's points you're leaving on the board if you can't hit them. Things like that, turnovers, rebounds. Oh. Foul on Davis. Good news is Warriors are in the bonus shooting-wise. So next time they get fouled or in the next 2 minutes and 4 seconds, they'll be shooting free throws.
Perfect.
Another thing is offensive rebounds. You got to win it. You got to get more than you give up. And turnovers. If you're the Warriors, you hope not to turn the ball over once in the next 2 minutes.
You know, and you can't let your man beat you. You know, that's one of the biggest things about playing a small ball lineup. You know, you got to stay with your person. As soon as somebody gets around you, that defense breaks down. Open shots in the paint happen.
It's hard to play a zone small ball lineup. It just really doesn't work. You're just gonna have to, like Tucker did there, just run around screens.
Yes.
Going at Davis and one opportunity. Davis frustrated there. Another clear foul, though, as it'll be a 1-point advantage for Warren County with 1:38 to go. The chance to bring it out to 2 points. First, and the free throw is up. No good. Rebounded by Stevenson. Somehow just tapped out of his hands. Talking about offensive rebounds and free throws. 1.5 minutes left to play. Timeout. Warren County. If you are Coach Mitchell, what are you telling the guys right now?
Got to get a stop. You know, you don't want to give up you can't really give up anything right here. You know, you give up a 2, then it just turns to a 3-point game, and we haven't really shot that many three-pointers here in the second half. And if you can just get a quick steal, get the lead back, And you just want some time still on the clock. You know, you don't want it to come down where Warren has the last shot and you're only up by 1, because that is a horrible situation.
Horrible situation to be in. Additionally, if let's say the Warriors are down 3, they got a timeout, going in timeout, what is the play call you're calling? Let's say you got 10 seconds left, down 3.
Tucker Pinion. And whatever way you think you can fit Tripp in there to get him open, you got to get the ball to Tucker.
Let's say it's less than a 3-point. You can run any play that you want to tie or take the lead. What are you running?
Tripp Pinion. Let Tripp drive. I mean, he's done it for 4 years. He did it his freshman year. He did it sophomore year. He did it last year. He'll do it anytime he needs to. Even with him being just a little bit rusty, can't hit the shots. I feel like Tripp just turns it on when he gets clutch.
I've always heard you want the ball in your best hand scored. You want the ball in your best player's hand no matter what the circumstance. Tripp Pinion, his 4th personal. 1:24 to go here. Not looking too good. Both teams in the bonus, and Tripp 1 foul away from sitting out. The rest of this 1 minute and 24 seconds left. First free throw. Good news there. He missed the first. If he misses this one, you got to get the rebound. Offensive rebound right now is killer. Luckily, most of their size is at the other end. So one of these Warriors just going to have to get the ball. Stevenson does. They go to trap. They called him out of bounds. They did not call a push foul or anything of that nature, just an out of bounds. 1:22 left, down 1 point. Gage Stevenson did everything right there, just couldn't convert. Checking with him. That's Warriors basketball. Warriors basketball. It is obviously Warriors basketball.
Okay.
Okay. 1:21. I guess they were saying whether they would take it out there or on the other side. Maybe didn't have a good look. I don't know. It looked very obvious to me that a Warrior never touched it. Luckily, though, all well that ends well. Warriors get the ball with 1:12 left. How long until you put up a shot?
I wouldn't want to let it go less than 40 seconds. I mean, that's pushing it close. You know, you got to give yourself time. You got to give yourself some time to foul if you have to.
Tucker Pinion for 3. No, can't get the shot up. Gage Stevenson to Sims to Stevenson. Warriors basketball still. 47 seconds left. Nobody wants to take the shot. And
Tucker tried.
But ooh.
That was close.
Great defense there. Chase Lewis is seeing all he wants to see. There's 47 seconds left. It's a 1-point game. Where is he going?
I'm hoping he's just
stolen away. No. Going up. That's Tripp's 5th and one. The absolute worst turn of events possible. It was obviously a chain reaction started by Chase Lewis getting out of his seat. There goes Tripp. A masterpiece of a game on his birthday. In comes some more 3-point shooting. But 3 things that can't happen there. Tripp can't foul that guy. You just can't. You're the star player. You can't get your 5th. Second thing, if you're going to foul him, make him hit 2 free throws.
Yeah.
Third thing, out of bounds, missing or turnover. Luckily missing it, keeping it a 1-possession game. Costly miss there. Sims going to work. Hesitation move. Loses it. Loses the ball. Pushing with pace. Somebody's got a foul. Warren County basketball. And the Warren County coach spit out his gum. He was so mad that his center was the one with the ball dribbling for a basket. An easy poke away opportunity there. Both teams trying to hand the other team the ball here. Luckily for Warren County, after this timeout, it's still their basketball. What is White County going to have to do over the next 27 seconds? They've shot themselves in the foot over the last minute.
Going to have to play a man defense, and you're just going to have to smother them. and hope you can get a 5-second call or
How long
quick
until you foul?
turnover. I mean, you can't really let it go lower than 18 seconds. I'm going to say 18.
Because it's going to be a 2-possession game.
Yes, like it's
Unless they miss both their free throws. Chase him down. That far away from the basket. 25 seconds left.
okay.
25 seconds left. 24.8. Problem is, best free throw shooter had the line for 2.
Yeah, that's
So now you're down 2 3-pointers. And right now, if I'm Coach Mitch, I don't know how many timeouts he's got, though. I think he's got 2 left. I would go all size right here and hope that if they miss it, you can get Lex Winfrey in there, Nate Griffin in there. As out comes Davis, in comes Lewis. 24.8 seconds left. 55-51 in favor of the Pioneers on the Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau score report. Chance to make it a 6-point lead. Hits them both. You're going to have to get a quick shot up, and preferably not a 2. 19 seconds exactly. Heading the line for 2. How's it got to play out? Hit the first one, miss the second one on purpose? Hit both of them, foul, hope for the best? Because right now it's still going to be a 2-possession ball game if he hits them both.
well, with the size disadvantage, I think you just got to go for both.
Just got to get them. Not the one you need to miss either, though. And Sims has no choice, I think, but at this point, I mean, you're hoping for a rebound, right? You almost don't even want this to go in. It does, and can't get it. 16 seconds left. Dribbling out of it. 10 seconds left. Dribbling. 5 seconds left, and they're going to dribble out of this one. A disappointing ending for the Warriors. Your Ryan Qualls Farm Bureau final score report, 56-51, Warren County Pioneers.
That's heartbreaking.
It is. Lose a game like that you felt like you could have won. But just what does that teach you moving forward in clutch time scenarios?
We're still space to grow. There's still little stuff we got to work on. I feel like we played great from 1 through 3, but once that fourth quarter hits, there's always just something missing. We can never just close out as strong as we should. And I feel like we just got to find that missing piece that we always lose in the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter is the hardest quarter to play in because it's your last. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter how well you played for the first 3 quarters. If you have a bad fourth quarter, no matter what kind of lead you have, it could disappear in an instant. Warriors down 2 points, and to lose by 5, it's just so hard to make up a difference in the fourth quarter. Same way it's hard to keep a lead. It's just hard to play in the fourth quarter, and seems like that's just the one knock that just keeps coming up over and over again, that the Warriors aren't playing well in the final quarter. But like you said, room for growth. They'll get a chance at it tomorrow night in Lebanon against Wilson Central. Until then, I'm Sam Dykus.
Sam Roberts.
Signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be safe.